Another veteran versus a rising young talent. Well done, gets into the pocket. Flames are shooting at the back. Big angle, he turns it up, man. These guys are going for it. That final inside clip. Lurking in the smoke, well done. Round of applause.
Welcome out to a beautiful day in Stafford, Connecticut. What a beautiful backdrop for a new stop of the Formula Drift season. We celebrate 23 years of a series that has grown in 2004 from Atlanta, Houston, Sonoma, Irwindale. Some of those tracks we bid adieu, but we are now entering a new generation at the Battle at the Springs. Stafford, Connecticut, again, just a beautiful piece of scenery, part of the country, and now making history with Formula Drift, clutch kicking and taking some names at this iconic track, Stafford Speedway. And just what an amazing, like, just the overall vibe of the fans, the people, the drivers, everybody's feeling it. I'm Jared Deanna. Joining me here in the booth is Matt Sopa. And Matt, you're a driver, you're a fabricator, a builder, all things, and now a host over the last few years, but a great addition, a great perspective for PROSPEC. What do you make of the track?
Oh, it's like a culmination of a lot of tracks we visited. It's like a mirror of Seattle, and then we got a little touch of like Irwindale because we got the grid on the opposite side of the big bank. The bank isn't as steep as Seattle, and then we got like the tighter infield. It's just a lot of things you want in drifting, for sure.
Yeah, outside zones, and we'll get into that. But overall, let's take a look at our battle brackets. And keep in mind, PROSPEC has battle brackets. Pro has single vehicle qualifying. Aiden Copham from Brainerd, Minnesota. His family owns and operates the Brainerd Raceway, 2 hours north of Minneapolis, St. Paul area. What an amazing track, an amazing venue, and amazing driving yesterday. It really came together for this young man, Aiden Copham. Bang, brings it all the way out to that wall. His car operated by the Forsberg Racing Camp. That curly hair, signature smile, great attitude. I just saw him crushing a banana, getting his potassium, getting his game right. No banana peels out there on the track, but we are looking forward to just such a great day. Just driving in here, beautiful, like I said, part of the country. Here is our top 32. Again, we had pre-seeded 24 drivers, and then in the seating brackets, we take 8 that advance on through the seating brackets, backfill the other 24 to create our 32. So we have a full field in comparison to Pro. We only have 28, man, because we have 30 coming in, this, that, and the other thing. We'll get into that tomorrow. Today, it's all about the Link Engine Management PROSPEC Championship. But notably, Corey Talaska, our current points leader, our winner at round 1. Keep in mind that also this is round 2 of 4. And talking about this being a new track, the other 2 venues and tracks that are playing host to the PROSPEC Championship are new tracks as well, Las Vegas and Indy. So it's going to culminate in Las Vegas. So Indy 3rd, and then the final 4th round to find out who is our 2026 PROSPEC champion will be Sin City, Las Vegas, at what they call the Bull Ring. So it's going to be a steeper oval. I know you were out there, right?
Yeah, it's like
at Hot Pit Auto Fest.
Similar to the bank of like
Wall.
Yep.
There we go. So taking a look at this, you know, taking a look at this, coming to this track, no data, no info, no knowledge, both Pro and PROSPEC. How does that play a role?
I feel like a lot of guys that do the sim thing will definitely benefit from that as far as like wheel speed and just, you know, muscle memory is a big one, because like you like to say, it's a game of inches in between the ears. So I think that's a big part here. You know, after a few laps, these guys will get it dialed in. So
look at that, Jerry John. The personalities here in PROSPEC are just rich in just excitement, enthusiasm, right? You know, in the driver's meeting, on the track, the vehicle builds, you know, again, this is PROSPEC, so they're all running, obviously, Link Engine Management Systems. I was talking to Forrest, one of the main techs there. They're all running, which size tires of the GT Radial?
255, 35, 18s,
and that's, you know, keep in mind, you know, in Pro, run what you brung, your weight dictates your tires. But it all began in Road Atlanta, and for a lot of these guys, you know, Dimitri Brutsky, very familiar with the track, but you got young bucks like Cameron Sorensen and Talaska. The maturity of this driver over the years, and also not only, you know, him as a driver, but also as a person.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from Wisconsin, so I might be a little biased, but Nice guys coming from Wisconsin. But, I mean, hats off to Jason Webb coming all the way from South Africa and just dominating in that convertible Mustang. I mean, almost dominating. Obviously, Alaska got first, but first outing in PROSPEC is nothing to be sneezing at.
No, and I met him years ago at Gymkhana Grid, and it was always his dream to come over here. So seeing him, he's got JTP, Justin Pollock, in his ear as a spotter, so a great resource and a great outlet for information. So taking a look at our Drivers' Championship, this is after seeding brackets. So again, Talaska, Webb, Dimitri Brutsky, Jerry Johnson, Sam Magmumi. Rounding out the top 10, you got Tyler Mayer, Dustin Farrell, Braden Lawns, you got Cameron Sorensen, and Aiden Copham. Let's go round out to the top 15. Levi Waite, so glad he is okay. If you don't know what happened, Levi got in a terrible accident driving out here in Pennsylvania, who was riding shotgun in the RV, had surgery on his face yesterday, and is flying home back to Denver. So again, T's and P's, thoughts and prayers to Levi Waite and his team and his whole crew. Levi this morning was telling me that the guy who was riding shotgun that caught the brunt of the damage, he got out of the car, or out of the RV. They had to climb out of the front of it. He's pouring blood. He's like, you gotta go. You gotta keep going. I mean, it was like, that's like a
battlefield.
Movie. Yeah, dude. And he says, you gotta keep going. And here he is. And Levi made it, you know, very far into our seeding brackets yesterday. So talk about tenacity. And again, I'm glad it could have been a lot worse, even given that he had surgery and all these things. So Levi Waite, you and your team, so glad that you're here and joining us and had a great day yesterday. But today is game day. You can take a look at that course, that killer crossover, outside zones, front clips, the big outside zone 1. Wally is going to not play a role so much today as it did yesterday in pro qualifying. And we're gonna get into what Wally is, created by Race Data Labs, a great addition in our 2026 season, being utilized as a tool and an aid. Walk us through our decel areas as well as our zones. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, so we got 4 decel zones there. Of course, we always have one right before
initiation.
First zone. So yeah, initiation's a big one. Obviously, going to expect a decel there, but right after that bank, car's going to add a lot of angle, whether they're grabbing some handbrake or just naturally going to get that side bite going before the inner clip 2 there, and then right before zone 3, going through that power alley after that clip in 4, going into 5. There's another one, and then throttle down to the finish.
Yeah, it's going to be really dynamic. It's going to be exciting. Dry conditions, forecast, knock on wood, looks ideal. Matt Sopa, myself, Jared Dienda up in the booth. We're bringing another member of our broadcast team, the lovely, she calls herself the human highlighter because she lights up every room she's in, as well as her outfits. Northeast Zone, Lorette Nickel.
Well, hello, yes, from Merrimack, New Hampshire, and so it is so cool to be back here in New England. And Jason Webb, you are here, my goodness, from South Africa to Canada, and standing in that second place on the podium. Has it sunk in what you were able to do in Atlanta round 1?
Yeah, I think it has. It was definitely a surreal moment for me. Even still to this day when I hear it, I get goosebumps just thinking back to the kid in South Africa and the dreams I had and being able to achieve all of that. And it doesn't come without a strong support family around you, family and friends, and just the random people you meet along the way too that just somehow fit in and just help you get to where you want to be. And now we're at round 2 of Connecticut, and it's almost like, we're here to push the limits. Now the next best thing we can do is get to first. So we set ourselves a target of getting second at the first round, and a lot of pressure to better that, getting into first position, but that's what we're here for. We're here to push for podiums, for wins, and that's why we're out here, and we're all for it, so I'm stoked for today.
Yeah, doing the thing, and of course your lovely wife is out here, your dad is out here, team surrounding you. You told me that there were some adjustments that you had to make from Atlanta to here in Connecticut. What were those?
Yeah, so in Atlanta, we had a completely wrong diff ratio in the rear. Like, we're on a 355. We still run a stock rear end. So we got some gear sets, and we changed it for this round to a 391, which gives us a less of a wheel speed, which is way better. So if we were still on that 355, we would be struggling so much here. But the 391 is helping so much. We've changed the suspension. Just in terms of settings, it's still got the Hotline i1 suspension in, but just changing some settings to help on the bank and on the infield. So we're trying to compromise in one place to benefit the other. So it's a bit of a game you got to play on a track like this, and I haven't driven a bank track in probably 4 or 5 years. So sending it into the wall at 70, 80 mile an hour is a bit daunting yesterday, but today I was like, you know what? if I wreck the car, I wreck the car. And I got to that stage where I could get to the wall, and now I'm comfortable where I'm at, and a lot more smoother today than yesterday.
We love to hear that, and of course, brand new track for Formula Drift drivers. Jared, so excited to be out here. What's your experience been like so far here in Connecticut?
Oh my gosh, thank you for asking. I'm loving it. I came up here, and Ryan Sage, we have our judges, Michael and Will and Sopa, and the vibe is so high right now. The weather is exquisite. The trackside bar, just all of it. So thank you for asking. I'm loving this. I saw Cletus McFarland post. They're coming out here to Stafford, so I see why. All right, let's talk about Wally. Wally is the nickname. That is the unit on top of the vehicle. Telemetry, technology, angle, degree of how close you are to the vehicle. All the numbers are going to be the side of the screen. So you're going to see speed, you're going to see how they fill those zones. And this is an aid. We are leaning more into the judges today, but this will be utilized as an aid, similar to that of like a drone, both the static or the the POV cam, right? So how do you think Wally and Race Data Labs has added to the overall experience as well as an aid for the judges, Matt?
Well, it kind of expedites some decisions that we may or may not be able to adjudicate from all the camera angles that we have as far as.
Look at those numbers there.
Right?
Sorry, I'm cutting you
so
off.
Much
But yeah, 11 internal sensors, 2 degrees of drift angle accuracy. That's just showing you the preciseness. And again, sorry to cut you off, but again, Michael and Will and the whole RDL team, Race Data Labs, they added weather sensors to show like later on, because if you don't have the actual footage like there, you can see, okay, it's standing water or it's damp or it's drying out. There's all these different factors and elements. And now with True Drift, utilizing Assetto Corsa, I saw a video earlier where a dude was in a sim in California, but drifting, competing against Von Gittin Jr.'s qualifying run in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's about as close as you can tandem with
right
a pro without actually drifting
so
with
sick.
a pro.
And we are living in the future. This is just such a testimonial to the progression of a sport that some people thought was a fad. It's not takeover kids. It's not punk kids driving these cars. These are weapons of mass destruction of tires, and then utilize the technology. It is just, like I said, we are living in the future. And Ryan Sage took a big advancement and risk in saying, like, let's invest into this. And Michael's been nothing short of amazing, and his team and RDL, and there's skeptics out there, and there's education with this whole process. And I think all of this just contributes to the betterment of the sport.
Absolutely.
And really paying off all the drivers and teams and sponsors' investment into a sport that is subjective. Because a lot of racers are like, what? I don't get it. I remember Ken Block, love, RIP, KB forever. He's like, I like it, I just don't get it.
It's like,
he gets it, but he wants a checkered flag.
Yeah, there's a finish line, but it's not a race.
Right. So, and again, if it's your first time or 100th time, thank you so much for being open. That's really what it is about. It's expression session, but it is competition. So all these things contribute to it. So here's the keys. Open the door, Matt.
Yeah, the judges want you to stay high in the bank, make sure the time to the transitions are correct as far as your and quick and snappy at the inner clips. They want you to be at angle passing those clips, not after. And a commitment through all the final and outer zones.
That's a big one there.
Yeah.
And when we walk through it, that power alley with the outside zones on either side, 2 pieces of bread, and that front clip, you want to transition there. That could really choke up some drivers. And again, that's going to be scrutinized by these 3 judges right there: Vernon Zvanveld, Brian Egger, and Reese Marin. So our 3 judges, Robbie Nishida is in the building, our 4th judge that rotates throughout the season. But Robbie Nishida is in the building, coming to us from Japan. So again, really, really excited to again have Vernon, Brian Egger, Reese Marin. They're going to be scrutinizing the runs. With our first battle of top 32, our current points leader, Corey Talaska. Saw Matt Schulman. I said, give it all you got, bud. And he knows. He drove really well yesterday.
Absolutely.
Had some moments of greatness, but he's got to bring it. Talaska it's dangerous when you have a driver that's kind of just chill, man. And again, his maturity, the driving prowess, here he is. Our points leader, Corey Talaska. Remember, only 1 round. This is round 2 of 4 of the Formula Drift Link Engine Management PROSPEC Championship. Talaska initiates that fuel lap E36 as Schulman comes in hot and heavy. A little bit of a gap there between them, but look at how poised Corey Talaska is coming off that wall into our first inner clip. Now transitioning, there's the outside zone right there. Outside zone 2, bang, he's going to transfer, transition, bang, into, again, that outside zone 3. Now going in and filling all of it really, really well. Like I said, not leaning so much into the Race Data Labs. It's being utilized. So by the naked eye, you could just see that Corey Talaska had a really good initiation, was locked, the front wheels standing out like a sore thumb. In this case, a good one because of white wheels.
Yeah, I really liked Talaska's, straight up line approach. He did a little flick of the wrist there. Schulman trying to do his best to keep up with that machine of Talaska's E36 as we get down on the bank here. Great position there on the inner clip. Schulman back on the attack in the chase position. This is what we're talking about. At angle through that inner clip. Schulman dropping a little bit of a tire there through the chase position. Cutting the line, but Talaska has no worries out front as he crosses the finish line. And Schulman stays in frame there as we take a look from our boy Justin Smash in our FRE Team Pouches replay as we're chasing him down off the bank as Talaska, look at that position in that, just bathing in this GT radial smoke as Schulman does a good job getting back in the pocket, timed that transition a little too early as he gets back into it. He does make up for it, but that's going to be a little bit deficit on Matt there as we reverse the roles here and let him have the clean air and Talaska give chase.
Yeah, Schulman I thought was really consistent. He had the total right line, but he was just a couple car lengths back, and then I think he got thrown off on that transition in the power alley, going on the wrong side of that cone on that front clip.
Yeah, we were in the smoke with him. I mean,
yeah.
You see how hard it is to see through that. Can you imagine that POV? Like, you're just really relying on a lot of muscle memory at that point.
So given that knowledge, every driver has a spotter ideally, and they have the insight or know how to give them the right information or communication, or even just calming the nerves. Like, dude, you're good. You got it, So I think Schulman definitely needs to throw down a really good run, comparable, if not, I would say even better than Talaska's lead run, because lead versus lead, chase versus chase. So Schulman will lead, Talaska chasing him down with, again, Schulman making that mistake there past that inside clip. But you can see really how dynamic this track is. Like Webb said, I haven't drifted a bank in 4 years, and I think this is a good bank to have. I was talking with Amanda Sorensen yesterday. She was excited to have banks back at PROSPEC. They haven't had them for a few years, and I was like, you're right, I didn't think about that. And now we got a few. Now we got this, and we got Las Vegas.
And we're going back to Talaska's lead run. There wasn't really a lot to pick apart. I think maybe the last couple of zones, I seen a little bit of a handbrake there. Could have been a little deeper, but that's not much to improve on top of what Schulman's got to do here in that lead position. As it's got a little trackside repair there, a couple zippies. We're ready to go.
Zippy's gonna zip on out. Here we go. The lights are on. Now the lead driver has to wait until they extinguish. You can see on either side of the start gantry there. Talaska, the chase vehicle in this instance, the chasing vehicle can lead before that lead car to time it properly. So there we go. So comparable distance right now. Schulman really lighting the wick. Come on, send it, baby. As Schulman, good angle. Talaska wavering there, but he's gaining some ground and gaining that proximity, trying to establish some dominance here. Schulman, a lot cleaner there this time with that clean air. And look at Talaska times it perfectly. Well done there. Has to back off a little bit, but Schulman taps the wall. Ooh, that could have been a lot worse. He saves it.
But we learned at Booth yesterday, because
Sean Booth yesterday.
Yes, with that beautiful cannon shot, though, I think he spun straight before the finish line. So we'll look at it with the truth serum here. But yeah, like you said, very similar bank runs here. But look at Talaska gaining on the door of Schulman there, and you can see him kind of waiting to pounce here, and he does just that. Look at the timing of that transition. Really? That's why he's #1 right now. And again, right here, just perfect mimicking both times there. They happen so fast, less than a second, that you have to do all these inputs in the car. Schulman needed to be a little deeper there, and I think he realized that too late. So you can see the finish line was that vertical line here on your screen, and maybe we can take a look at Wally to see what it sees, so we can kind of
point out the percentages here. So you can see the percentage there, Z1 to Z through, right?
Yeah.
And that shows you how much they're filling it. Also, I think Talaska got thrown off, right?
So where that adjustment of Schulman was, So right there, see, that's going to be opposite in my eyes.
Yep.
That was right before the line, unfortunately, and I think you see it, Matt's face is like, son of a gun.
Yeah, and to your point, hitting that wall, that straightened him out right before that finish line. So slide him left for Talaska or right for Schulman, and Corey Talaska gets the victory. So by comparison, to clarify on that, it's just the lead. So it shows, Talaska how he did on the lead, filling all the zones, and then by comparison to other drivers. So you'll see those there. So those are the numbers of again. All right, look at this.
Oh my God.
Colin Zielinski and Braden Lawns. And Lawns, definitely a weapon. Love his driving. Zielinski, he had a tough go in Atlanta. He says, front end was cracked. This was broken. All this stuff. Saw him at Grid Life just recently, I think it was. And just a fun-loving dude. So here we go. But Lance out front, no sympathy. I love it. So show no sympathy for that car and keep on rocking in the free world, baby. Lance, big angle. Zielinski drops down there. And as far as bringing it to the wall, now Lance brings it into the outside zone. Watch this transition, timed perfectly, really well done. Zielinski on the struggle bus, population him, that Fitment Industries S vehicle. Now coming towards that last outside zone. Didn't get all the way out there, but I'd rather, again,
Keeping it smooth.
keeping it smooth, keeping it off the wall, because we saw how that happened with Schulman previously.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Zielinski was just kind of off bar, like half a step here, but look at Lons out there just slanging that bank there. Zielinski trying to sacrificing a little bit of that line here. You can see the transition's a little bit behind. Lons doing a great job. Perfect placement on that inner clip as we get to that outer two. And we're lost in the smoke too. I think Justin's having an issue there as well. But Lons, great placement here. Is a little shallow, like you said. And then Zielinski had an opportunity to make up some real estate as they unwind through the finish line. You can see here again, Zielinski just like on all the transitions. That half a step kind of just kept on showing itself here as he tried to make up for that mistake in that chase position. You can see the angle's a little less, and the line was also sacrificed.
All right, ingesting that first run there, Zielinski. This is very comparable to that of Talaska and Schulman. Some mistakes and kind of falling back just a touch is Zielinski. So it looked a little kind of just really grasping at straws there in that chase position because Lance had a good lead run. All right, the cone was hit, but it was chase car. We're okay. So here we go. Colin Zielinski a lot more comfortable up front. Love the livery, looking good, and great placement. As far as look at the angle, pour some more on it towards the end. And you can see the degree of angle on the telemetry lead versus chase. So that is showing you by comparison. Ooh, look at that. Lance times it. He made a very aggressive move, and it was going to pay off, but he had to back off just a touch. Zielinski goes all the way out to the wall. I saw you pucker up like you're watching a scary movie. You're like, ah! Like, I saw you.
I don't sound like that.
Oh, you absolutely did. You absolutely did.
Look,
my goodness.
Zielinski, he had something to make up for in his chase, and he did just that, but Lons was right there with him. He hit the wall there a little bit, but here's where the crux of the situation. The judges did not want to see that. He was taken way too wide of a line and was completely absent of that first inner clip. But Lons hanging there right there with him, just scraping the paint off of the rear of his bumper, and does make it up for it. You can see how close he's going to get to this finish wall. Why did not squeal? I will not squeal.
Oh, come on. Come on, I know.
I don't hear no banjos, all right?
Well done.
Well done. Look at this. So this is our, see how far off he was?
Yeah, we saw a lot of that yesterday. Copham was doing it. There are a few drivers where you need to reel it in coming off that bank, and you can overcook it because you're so fixated on that outside zone one that you're like, oh yeah, I got to bring it back in.
Well, that and these tires only have a 35 profile, and they're not going to have as much side-by potential as like the 295 40s and the big boys. So Lons, is that Lons or Zielinski got out? Okay,
yeah, Lons is out.
They're hanging out. Casual Fridays, you like to say?
Casual Friday.
Juneteenth.
Okay, GT Radial top 32. Slide him left for Lons, right for Zielinski, and Braden Lons gets the victory, and it's unanimous. No sympathy. S Chassis taking on Colin Zielinski. Unfortunately, the gentleman that I lovingly call a little Harry Potter right there, but the magic didn't work today.
No, the
Patronus. All right, the Cage Kits. Shout out to the gang out there at Cage Kits. And we are moving on to our next battle. This should be a good one. You got
so we're skipping
Farrell and Aiden because Dustin called the comp timeout. Farrell called the comp timeout. Yep, we are clarifying that.
Do we know why? We don't know why.
Yeah,
okay, we'll find out later.
That in a moment. So we are advancing on to Nick Jimenez and Ryan Kaufman. Gotta love Ryan Kaufman's Taxi Garage. If you don't know Taxi Garage, customizing crazy carts to a degree you have never seen. So take a look at Taxi Garage. Comes in. That'll be a restart.
Yeah, shut it down, boys. Shut it down.
Nick Jimenez. Real soft-spoken dude. I saw him with his lovely wife. That's when I was like, hey, dude, calm down. Relax.
That sounds about right. How you address that.
Yeah. But really, really good dude. Really great guy. Again, just I feel like the PROSPEC just they're very respectful, and they're eager to learn, and
That's true.
they have an idea of what they want to do, how they want to do it, but the drivers meetings for PROSPEC is, let's just say it's a little quieter than the pro.
A little more complacent.
Complacent, good word, or just kind of fall into line, just give it the respect. Not to say that the pros do, but a little more vocal, inquisitive, yeah. All right, so here we go. We got a clean start. Nick Jimenez out front, and Kaufman chasing him down. Ryan drops into formation a little lower on the bank, and again, you can see the degree of bank. It's not massive, but it's just enough where he could dive down. But Jimenez puts the car in the right spot. Kaufman, he is soaking in that smoke. Kaufman gets a little thrown off because he did apply the pressure, has to back down. Jimenez play. Oh, and Kaufman understeer into that outside zone. The car was going one way, the wheels are going another. Unfortunate for Kaufman, that's not ideal. Aggressive, but too aggressive.
Yeah, those wheels French fried when they needed a pizza. So as we look at I think they were pretty deep into the bank. You're going to give it to our boy Jimenez.
Deep dish?
Yeah, deep dish, but New York isn't deep dish, is it? Is that Chicago? Anyway, we're on the East Coast here.
I'm a single planker. Doing ski analogies, I'm out.
All right, so Kaufman here, you did a great job transitioning, even though he was far back, but you can see the left foot brake. Car came around on him and just had an understeer disaster as Jimenez brings it out. Whether that's an incomplete or not,
Let's just leave it up for.
Let's let it simmer.
Let's let it simmer, and let's have it be more definitive here as they alternate the roles. Kaufman will lead, Jimenez chasing him down. So again, Kaufman there in that FCRX7 and the Nissan 350Z of Jimenez there on the right. Let's see what we got. Like I said, Kaufman definitely needs to throw down a good run. He had little mistakes that could accumulate to less than ideal, and now Kaufman throws in a lot more comfortable. Jimenez gets a little dusted there, so maybe Kaufman had the car, just couldn't harness that pony. And he overshoots it. So I think this is really throwing Jimenez off as Kaufman, that taxi garage vehicle, comes on into the last outside zones. Now he locks it in, and brings it out there. So Jimenez puts an exclamation point on kind of some mistakes out front. I think he had a sandwich. Some good on the front, good on the back, but a little messy in the middle.
Almost open face, if you would. As Jimenez is doing a great job. I think Kaufman did a great job on the bank overall until the bank stopped. Then his car stopped drifting as he kind of overshot his landing there. And then again here, the car just seems to want to push. I don't know how much. It's getting a lot of grip out of those GT radials in the rear, and the front doesn't want to. It's trying to get ahead of itself. So Jimenez capitalizing on that opportunity, doing a great job showing his temperament. He's been here for a few seasons in the ProSpec series. As we see bobbling head is that. The scores are in, Jared.
And Nick Jimenez gets the victory, advances on to the 16. Unfortunately, Kaufman making some mistakes. So we are finding out that Dustin Farrell is doing his clutch. I just got a text from Justin Pollock. So JTP says doing his clutch. We're trying to get that thing. Clutch performance. We'll see if he can bring it all together. We got aliens in the building. We got fans watching from all over the world on Racer Network. Don't go anywhere. More 32 when we come back.
Adam LZ here to tell you that Motorsports is taking me just about everywhere. And no matter the scenario, Link ECU is the answer. The flexibility Link gives me for drifting, the precision I need on track, the durability to handle off the track, and the reliability you want in a daily driver. Even when pushing an entire motorsport to a bigger level, Link ECU has been with me every step of the way.
BC Forged Wheels, custom built per order, offering extensive design, finish, and machining options. Strength, style, and precision come standard. Track proven, street ready. BC Forged. proud sponsor of Formula Drift 2026.
Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts has help. Need some advice? We got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
With the Canon ImageProGraph Pro 1100 professional photo printer, my images come alive in print. What I see through my lens is what you see on the wall. Vivid, detailed, and accurate.
Well, everyone, welcome back to Connecticut. The first time we are here and the sun is shining. The action is incredible. This man is doing the dang thing. Corey Talaska, of course, in that #1 spot from his win in Atlanta, comes here to Connecticut. And Corey, you told me that there's a 15-mile-an-hour difference between the fastest and the slowest car off the start. How did you navigate that?
Yeah, ever since practice yesterday, I think there's been a huge different pace in cars across the line, and it's a new track. Everyone's figuring it out. Kevin gave us a really short run up to try to tighten everything up, and I think it's really sweet. I love the new track. But yeah, there's a 15-mile-an-hour difference from the fastest guy and the slowest guy up to the first entry, and there's not a lot of time there. So being not a V8 guy, inline 6 turbo, we're working really hard to try to not get gapped on the start, and I just love the challenge. I love the length of the track and throwing a shift in there too. I just love it. It's really fun.
Well, Corey Talaska, we're going to see him in top 16. Guys, right now we're on the left side of the bracket, top 32. The vibes are high. We are having a great time. Jared.
Thank you so much, Lorette. And yeah, like you said, I mean, you can just sense Talaska's energy talking about the track, and he's got confidence in his corner. All right, Aiden Copham, Dustin Farrell. So Dustin, I know he's a boy of yours, and looks like he got the clutch worked out. He's there.
Up there. There's got to be something of a clutch.
Yeah, yeah. You can't run a Bluetooth clutch.
Right.
And keep in mind, he was locked and loaded. He was one of the preceded 24. Aiden had to earn to get here, so he has more track time. Consider that.
That's
after that is one of the perks after doing the bracket battles yesterday. One, getting track time. Two, getting battle track time, and then obviously with Dustin Farrell, having just thrashed, you got a photo of the team watching him work on the car.
Yeah, Wells was there, watching the clock.
Kevin's corner.
Which, speaking of Dr. Pepper,
look at this.
Farrell will rival.
Look at what's Max doing. He's trying to rock it into gear. He smoked.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I can hear the
smoked. Yeah, you can hear the shearing.
That rattling.
It's not engaging. Yeah, I think that's going to be it, because you get, so as far as competition timeouts go, you get one and you are done. So, and Dustin Farrell having, it looks like
they're going to get out of the way so Cotton can do it.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, can they assist in getting the car into gear?
I'm not sure if it's in between meshes, so to speak. But at this rate, he needs to.
Yeah, this is it. I mean,
yeah.
I hate to say it, but
that's truly unfortunate.
Yeah. Dustin, a really cool, dynamic driver. We know what he's capable of. We saw some great driving from him in Atlanta, and I know, you live in Arizona. He's out there in Queen Creek, Arizona as well, and Max. So you guys, I know you drive together and do events together. So
yeah,
we know what he's capable of.
Yeah, he's been crushing in hot pit. He got second in last year, only next to Rome. So it's something to say.
Yeah, I mean, I would, as far as bump starting the car, I don't. Yeah, this is extraneous. I mean, yeah.
Maybe the clutch is
it takes me back to high school. I literally couldn't afford a new battery.
Maybe there's new life
I would
here.
bump start my car, bump start my Civic. So, No, I think that's it.
The Jay-Z that didn't want to. That's a bummer.
Yep.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dustin Farrell. So it's going to be an easy victory for Minnesota's own Aiden Copham. So that, very unfortunate. Tried to get that clutch, not engaging, trying to bump start it. So very unfortunate. And yeah, when it comes down to your equipment needs to be able to run. So this will be a bye run for Aiden Copham. Well, while we're waiting for that, let's guess the part with O'Reilly Auto Parts and Dylan Hughes.
Yeah, it's a doohickey majig. What's up, Turkey? Okay, O'Reilly Auto Part Random Part Challenge Connecticut Edition. Mr. Turk.
What's up?
What do you got, brother? He scans the QR code real quick.
Yeah, hold on a sec. I think it's a hydraulic pump of some sort.
I consider that a win. That's a win to me.
That's it?
That's
Just
a win.
Basic? You want something basic, a hydraulic pump?
It is a hydraulic pump. It's an ABS hydraulic.
Oh, it is? Okay.
For a 1990 Chevy Suburban.
This is an ABS pump for a 90, so advanced.
I'm gonna run that as my power steering setup next year, dude. It's gonna be sick.
Yeah!
He got it, dude. Sick.
You brought me something. You brought me something easy this time.
I brought you something really easy.
Daddy, chill. It's got an inlet. It's got an outlet. It's got an American plug on there, right? It's American.
America.
It's America. You can tell because it's on the right side. You know what? I'm going off the wall. Sod 9.3.
Ooh. Okay. American's right. ABS is right.
Yeah. Saab is wrong.
Saab is wrong.
Saab is wrong.
Saab is wrong. American. Okay.
Chevy.
I am the one. Dude, you pretty much nailed it, honestly.
Absolutely nailed it.
Dude, good job, Greg. Way to go, buddy.
Where's my friend?
Well, as you can see, Dustin Farrell getting towed off the track, so Aiden Copham will have a bye run. He will advance on. So let's go ahead and run him. Lay out and listen. Aiden Copham, VR powered, all new Z, advances on.
You just see the defeat Max is setting up there.
Yeah, I know he's friends with Dustin, and but at the end of the day, he's stoked, and he showed up. He's here, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles, or the clutch doesn't engage. So again, Aiden, little squirrely there, but regardless, he will advance on. So that's a great, again, confidence booster for him. It's not the way you want to win, but win's a win.
More seat time. And keep it out of the wall.
Yeah,
that's such a cool shot. That'll never get old.
Yeah, it does look really sick. It's really, really good. All right, the stands beginning to fill up here on Casual Friday. Again, today is all PROSPEC. Tomorrow, game day for round 4 of the Pro Championship. You can see the highlighted names advancing on. So Corey Talaska, Braden Lawns, Aiden Copham, and Nick Jimenez. Advance on to our next heats. Jerry Johnson, what a big personality. J2.
Yeah, right.
Matt Rashecki.
Matt Rashetsky, yeah.
Oh, and a new machine. The Cat Daddy is back, baby. We got the Cat Liberty. It wasn't in Atlanta.
He never left, man, but now it's here.
He's got the whiskers on his car, on his face, and on the roof. Look at that. Look at that stash, dude. Brother. And Matt Rashetsky, that Lord Co Racing at Nissan Z. He looked great yesterday. And Jerry Johnson, he's, what was the stat? You said how quickly did he build that?
40 days before
40
Atlanta.
days, dude. What a psycho.
I guess that's one way.
Is Reese Marin rocking a little, what is it? Here we go, Jerry Johnson out front with number 97, ripping, looking like a NASCAR. And well done there by Jerry Johnson, initiating, Matt, right there. He is right on the door of Jerry Johnson. Jerry slingshots out of that inside clip into that power rally. I mean, man, I'll tell you what, Matt is driving really well. He is driving aggressive right to the door of Johnson, because Johnson's got one speed, and that is just absolutely unhinged. Jerry Johnson.
I was so distracted by the amount of angle Jerry's putting in that car. I forgot about Matt back there, but let's break it down here as both guys flick it in that bank, and Rashetsky right there with the 97 Corvette of Johnson as they are just in absolute sync there, and almost a little bit of contact there at the door. But look at the transition, times it really well. You can see he just gets right smooth back into the pocket, and Jerry doing a great job throwing the angle down where he needs to, fill the zones, and Rashetsky right there with him, and round this off here. He couldn't get any closer to that wall without getting any disruption. Smooth out front. Mr. Jerry Johnson, you can see, Wally should agree here, as you can see the angle and the proximity here, that little green bar there, that's how close they are, within 2 feet of each other. So you can see just how accurate these drivers got to be in that chase position to mimic that lead driver. And boy, did Jerry Johnson ever put a great canvas down for Reshetsky to paint on that chase run.
Yeah, that was really, really a solid lead run. And that highlights that Matt has the horsepower and the grip and the side bite to really put down a run. Keep in mind, Jerry Johnson just thrashing to build that car before round 1, so hopefully he's got the car where it needs to be, because he's going to need to bring it. Giving Matt prowess across the nose of that Corvette goes Reshetsky. Now Matt right there, he is high and tight, and so is Johnson. Look at the flame nose. Diving in on that Nissan Z, passing inside clip, great placement. Now through that power rally, transitioning Jerry Johnson. I don't know if there was contact or not, but wow, Jerry Johnson timing that so well. All the course. What a run. What a run by both these pilots. Reshetsky and Johnson ripping. Look at Matt. He's like, dude, we just won. We just won 32. Run it back. We go together. We'll do it again. We'll write the script. We'll do it live. The Cats bring him the good luck.
Look at the, I mean, Matt just cool as a cucumber out front. Jerry, a little bit of wavering here, but the proximity here, and he does tighten it up there in that chase. But look, just bumper scraping here. I thought he was going to delete the front bumper out of that, but you can see him get this.
Oh my gosh.
Look at, and then again with it. Come on. Gets right back in the pocket, stays where he is. Does he get too far ahead? Just keeps it right there all along the whole way, and just tire to tire. 2-tire contact,
so
I swear.
sick, dude.
So good there by both parties.
So
like, you got to hand it off to, you can't have a good chase without a good lead. Matt does that. Good angle in that Z, and Jerry just mimics it to the T. Just look at that, whisker to whisker, the cat daddy himself. Woohoo! He's like, that thing didn't jump out of the litter box.
Please, oh my gosh, Lorette, just get ready. I mean, I think either one of these gentlemen will be a great interview, but of course, Jerry is just a man of memes. He is just a man amongst memes is what he is. His drift whiskers were absolutely just electrified right there, both of them. Oh yeah, find the dog and find a dude. There's, oh, I see him. There's the dog. He's right there, top right. It's
right below the link from the P.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, and this was something he did last year. He's a big cat guy. He says, hey, submit your cats, I'll put them on delivery.
Yeah, he's on the back of the trailer too.
Yeah, again, just the personalities, but as much fun as they're having, the driving really elevates the fun that they're having.
We're only, what, the 5th battle of 32 here? I was kind of eyeballing the bracket here. I'm like, Jared, this thing is stacked.
Yeah.
Like, there's 0 battles here that are, we're not going to have any lulls.
Right. Yeah, and I'm really impressed with how the drivers have elevated from yesterday to today.
Right?
Yeah. It's, I mean, we have absolutely ideal conditions. There's a breeze that's blowing the smoke from the booth towards the forest. All right, slide of left for Johnson, right for Reshetsky, and it looks like one more time, and Jerry Johnson gets the win. Would love to talk to the judges, you know, and see Reese Marin. I can see him throwing on his headset here. And again, I can't wait for the interview with Lorette Nickel. It was 2-1, but Reese, are you on? All right.
Yeah, you got me?
Hey. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so seeing the battle here, you know, we did see there's some bobbles and stuff like that. Jerry Johnson definitely on the initiation. What really did it for me was just the transitions and just the timing of the transitions that Jerry Johnson had in the chase. Brian went one more time, so he saw that there was maybe some inconsistencies on both, and he ended up going that way. Me and Vernon ultimately were just really impressed with how in the latter part in the infield, Jerry Johnson was just timing transitions correctly, really getting in there. And we ended up going with Jerry Johnson.
Aggressive, risking it, his car awareness. I mean, this is only the 2nd round with this vehicle. All that's impressive, but at the end of the day, like you said, just his execution, right?
Yeah, definitely his execution. Again, not taking anything away from Matt by any means. It was definitely a close battle, but two of us just felt that he just edged him out.
All right, well, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Lorette, go talk to Jerry. ASAP, go.
the vibe and live loud. This is what we are.
The best machines have a heart, and it's your responsibility to protect what drives you forward. Because when the heart performs, everything performs. No limits, no compromises, pure performance. Ineos.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back from break. We are here in Stafford Springs, Connecticut, and Braden Lance, we saw him just do some amazing things on track. But were there any challenges that you were experiencing that we didn't see?
In practice, we were having a couple issues with the car and getting everything dialed. Luckily, Dan came over and said, "Yay, maybe you should change this and this on the car to help you come off the bank better," because that's kind of the issue I was having coming off the bank into inner one. We made those changes to the car. I wasn't real confident. I was like, I don't know, we're about to go into top 32. But so we made the changes to the car, went out, did my last practice lap. It was a lead. And yeah, I got it dialed in, fixed it, and I was like, sick, ready to rock. Top 32, here we come.
I love that for you. And how did you get prepared for this brand new track?
Sim. I think somebody sent me the track link for, they made it on the Sims. Yeah, someone sent me the track link. I was driving on there all the time. I was practicing with a couple of my buddies in Discord. JJ, shout out. But yeah, I was practicing on Sim, you know, just having fun.
Having fun, confidence coming up for this Stafford Spring track. Guys, back to you.
Thank you so much, Sims. I mean, it's a broken record, and it's a valuable tool of info. And like I said, oh, very cool. We got an all-female battle here. Amanda, oh no, what are you? I thought that was Shelly Hansen. My bad. Bystrack, no disrespect.
Yo, Biggie.
I saw absolutely the absolute opposite. Bystrack is a big hunk of meat. All right, Matthew Bystrack in the Ford Mustang. Here we go, initiating. Amanda Sorensen chasing him down. That Rockstar energy drink driver, easy for me to say, come down into that inside clip. Bystrack passing by, and now Amanda Sorensen coming on in a little quick. Oh, that was time that transition a little too early there from Sorensen. Bystrack, man, he just looks wound up.
Yeah,
the way he expedited that, it just looked fast.
Yeah, you could tell in that last turn, the car just like all the grip on the side.
Yeah, looked volatile.
He looked a little shallow there on the first part of the bank, but Amanda's keeping right up with him in that Mustang. He even drops on a little bit, loses left foot brake to settle the car down right before that inner clip as he kind of whittles it back in there. And Amanda right here, you can kind of see where the tail end just whipped down too much, and she transitioned back just way too soon. And Matt not bothered there. You can to see the side grip out of this car as he's still trying to light it up, get it further into that zone before the finish. But another shot here from our FRE Pouch's replay. He's right in the middle of that inner clip, but you can see Amanda just goosed it too much there. And the car came around and she just rotated it way too soon. And Bystrack doing a great job of keeping his composure out front, and very good runs by both parties. I think Amanda's going to have a lot to make up for in her lead run, so let's see what she can give Matt to chew on in his chase.
She's got the calmness, she's got the zen. Talked with her for quite a while yesterday. She had a busy 2025 year, just bouncing around, traveling, doing, Drift Masters, all this. She's really just found a good place was where she's at, doing off-road, side-by-sides, sponsored by Rockstar Energy Drink and Quad Lock this year. So she's drifting a lot, so it's great. Second episode of Controlled Chaos featuring the Rockstar Energy Drink driver, so be sure to check that out. Controlled Chaos, brought to you by Rockstar Energy Drink, official energy drink of Formula Drift. Here goes Amanda Sorensen out front. Like you said, she has a little bit of an uphill battle here as she initiates. Bystrap drops into formation. Now she looks a lot more composed in that lead position. Here goes Bystrap. Some wavering there. He drops back. He kind of falls back a little bit here. But again, this is where Amanda had that mistake. Bystrap and Amanda pass by. No problem there. And now Bystrap drops on in. And Amanda working all the way out. Little smooch of the wall right there.
And a little taste of the dirt.
Car's looking good there. And
yeah, I feel now that Jerry has set the benchmark of the chase here in the power alley, it's like, well, it wasn't as neat, but it was still a really good job. As, he was chasing down Sorensen through the power alley here, and you can see Amanda doing a lot better job of keeping the car a little higher on the bank versus Matt's lead run. You can see him kind of waiting to pounce. I don't know if that was like kind of trying to see the smoke and time it right, but he did come on a little further. You can see him get back on the power here, doing a good job. Just about a quarter of a step behind there in his transitions. Puts the car back in the pocket, seals the deal through the finish, and I feel like he has a decent advantage here as his mistakes. He didn't really have any mistakes in the chase, in my opinion, versus Amanda's there coming out, dropping a tire or two through that power alley, not only taking out our clip. So let's see what the judges have to say.
All right, slide him left, slide him right. Bystrap gets the victory. We get a little roast there. Oh, Female Nevada. It looked like Shelly Hansen's vehicle. I didn't look at the bracket. It looked like Shelly's vehicle from the top. So I apologize.
Are you well rested?
Yeah, I'm so sorry. But Bystrap, look, I apologize, but congratulations.
Guess what?
Sorry, Amanda Sorensen gets knocked out, but the little bro, Cameron Sorensen, going against Brian Hoplamazian. All right, let's see what the mulch man can do here. Dig himself a hole, or he's going to just absolutely crush it here. Hollywood Hop coming us from Pennsylvania. Cameron Sorensen coming us from 702 Las Vegas. Cameron,
only 24 years between.
Yeah,
that's a whole nother drive.
Love it, love it. And Cameron, constantly a student. Like he is, you know, talking to brother, talking to sister. Like just he is constantly thrashing. So it's really great to see. Spitting image of his dad, by the way.
So true.
Right. All right, here we go. Cameron Sorensen initiates properly, and Brian Hop going and run. That's the way you don't want to ride the wall. Now keep in mind, Cameron does need to complete the entirety of this run, but don't overcook it. Because again, if basically he does something and incompletes it, that would basically be 2 incompletes. Looks like Cameron keeps it moving, and then Optima Batteries, Cam Sorensen, Motorsports, BMW, and that'll be an easy advantage for the young buck, Cameron Sorensen. Unfortunate for, you know, just did not, I didn't even see what went down
just kind
with
of,
Hop. But,
he's got a deep bead in the front or
that's
busted wheel.
So you can call a comp timeout, but that's going to be a major deficit. Such a bummer for.
Yeah, it looks like he's
Brian Hop.
Go right back to the pits here. Let's see if we can see what happened with Hop here. Yeah,
just way too hard.
Tail to nose there. That standard collision there, drifting. You hit the tail, usually the front end follows, unfortunately. But you talk about Cameron's lead run here. I mean, absolute textbook there. As we'll take another look at Hop's demise here in the chase. Is not much to say about that. I mean, he did a good job of salvaging the vehicle, not letting it, fully frontal impact that thing. So whether he'll be able to get it back in time for his chase or his lead is to be determined, as Cameron will take a little timeout in the grid as we'll line up Casey Cole and Adam Knappik.
Knappik, loving the new livery, kind of.
Yeah, me too.
Coincidental. Cannon's a sponsor of a Formula Drift, a little homage, vintage livery. All right. So we had. All right, let's throw down to Lorette Nickel, who's with the Cat Daddy, Jerry Johnson. All right, again, if we could bottle the energy that Jerry has, but go ahead, down to you, Lorette.
Honestly, if we could bottle the energy, Jerry, you're just amazing all the time. What an incredible battle. How did you put it all together?
You know, so I was actually very nervous going into that battle. I usually don't fight many nerves, but I actually won my FD license against him back in Seattle. And we went one more time, and it was a dogfight. And I knew we had to push, and we did. And thankfully, we went through. The Cats are back. I'm new suit goofing. I couldn't be feeling better. Let's see what we can do tonight.
All the good things for Jerry and his team, guys, moving forward to the top 16.
Such a missed opportunity. This is a dog fight. It's more of a cat fight. All right, well, again, congratulations to him. Like I said, new suit goofing. Congratulations to Jerry Johnson. He will be going against Matthew Bystrak in the top 16. So that should be definitely a heater there. Jerry just, again, got the flames. All right, don't go anywhere. More Top 32 brought to you by GT Radial, the official tire of Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship. Don't go anywhere.
Adam LZ here to tell you that Motorsports has taken me just about everywhere. And no matter the scenario, Link ECU is the answer. The flexibility Link gives me for drifting, the precision I need on track, the durability to handle off the track, and the reliability you want in a daily driver. Even when pushing an entire motorsport to a bigger level, Link ECU has been with me every step of the way.
The best machines have a heart, and it's your responsibility to protect what drives you forward. Because when the heart performs, everything performs. No limits, no compromises, pure performance. Ineos.
Stafford Speedway, what a venue. Like I said, my man Cletus McFarland there have an event here, and every Friday night, all summer long, Stafford Speedway, come on down every Friday night. Friday. It doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. Saturday.
That'll be the last time.
Fish Friday, come on down. Red, white, and blue, stars and stripes. Thank you so much. Hey, shout out to my homies, the Wheel Team 6, during the Americans. Dude, that was so sick. And the U.S. All right, spoiler alert. If anybody is recording the World Cup match, spoiler alert, close your ears. If you want to know, I can tell you right now. USA, 2. Australia, 0. Sorry, Michael.
Sorry, Mike.
We have an Australian here in the booth. Yep, sorry. Just focus on Walling Race Data Labs, not soccer, brother. All right, Adam Knappich, Casey Cole has Adam Knappich from Westminster, California. Casey Cole, love his activation. Here we go. Wow, Knappich track racing. Look at the wheels. Where are you going?
Cone hit.
Okay. What is Knappich when
you just lighten the hides off of those things?
Holy cow.
The thing sounds like a monster truck, speaking of Sundays.
Oh, yeah, Sunday. I had no idea we had Gravedigger here. Wow.
Just a donut eater.
My goodness. I thought we had, speaking of Australia, I thought it was like the summer gnats.
Guys,
coming up
blower.
All right. The M-Spec Race to Reef. Very, very cool. Cool activation. He's educating people and taking them scuba diving.
Yeah,
he's found this new passion. He had a loss in his family, and it's kind of an homage to him and the serenity he's found with scuba diving. He's trying to educate people on that. That's pretty cool. So, all right, here we go. So Casey Cole out front, and Adam Knappich, again, just a little too aggressive. Now he finds himself just navigating, massaging back in that pocket, but lower on the bank. I mean, he is just aggressive. He is all over the place right now. Knappich way too loosey-goosey here in that chase position. Again, love the livery, love the excitement, but you got to dial it in. I don't know where Knappich is going, man.
It's party time. And
holy cow.
Population Adam, man.
Yeah, he is bebopping around like a gnat.
Whew, that was... As much as the smiles it puts on our face, it's less than ideal, I'll tell you that for free. But Casey Cole, let's hand it to him in this great lead run as he is looking good on the bank, looking nice and smooth, hitting all his marks. Knappich does take out that inner clip, though. Casey, I really love the angle. He was pouring into the car here, getting across the inner clip, too, and filling all those zones. Knappich just... he's like, there must have been a bunch of bees actually in that car.
For real,
he was a feral beast coming in there in that S14.
He looked like a mosh pit, dude. At a hardcore show.
It's a very bold strategy. Not sure it's going to pay off. We'll see if he can do that in the lead run, in his lead run. But whew.
I was so focused on Casey, or sorry, on Adam.
Yeah.
How did Casey do?
Great. I loved it. Besides the cone hit on interclip 1,
yeah,
very good lead run. Lots of angle, lots of style, lots of intention.
So if I'm Casey Cole spotter, I don't know what to potentially foresee here. All right, let's see. Adam Knappich initiate. All right, now is a lot more refined. Adam Knappich, we know. And you can see a little left foot break there. Good positioning of his S chassis. Casey Cole aggressive. Little aggressive. Oh, no. Casey Cole way off course. What is happening? All right, so as crazy as Casey's chase run was, Casey might have, as Knappich, I'm just flabbergasted here. There is absolute chaos. Pets' heads are falling off. Cats and dogs living together. Wow.
Cats crawling up trees.
Oh, man.
Well, it was looking like a nice ballet here until Casey had a little issue coming off of the bank as Adam, they made contact there, and this is where it kind of fell apart. Using that muscle memory and the smoke in his face just did not bode well for Casey Cole. And he tried to make up for it, but that's going to be an absolute incomplete. I'd like to look at Wally on that, but I don't think we need it as far as deciding if that was an incomplete. But boy, that was a rodeo of some tandems there. Looks like Brian, Mr. Hop, making it out of the pits, getting his 5 done.
Yeah, he broke his front right tie rod, obviously, when he went into that wall.
So, kind of unpacking that run there, I didn't feel like Adam, like that contact coming off the bank, like I was trying to, on the other side of the coin, like Adam wasn't like in the wrong place or decelling, because that is a decel zone. It just seemed like Casey was a little aggressive, made the little contact, and you know, kind of balled it up, threw it out the window.
Yeah, we're analyzing the bank and the transition going from outside zone 1
that is Adam
to the inside clip. Yeah, that's Knappich.
Big decel, but there wasn't, I didn't see much of red any coming out of the center of Knappich's car there. You can see the green, now the red. Obviously Casey's off 4, but that is a decel zone, but Adam was just charging through there like a freight train through you.
Yeah, see the red pulse there from obviously Casey braking it.
And so we do have a gradient there, so green would be like accelerating, then it'll slowly turn into a red color. So like orange is like a lift-off, if you would. Thanks, Michael.
Like coasting.
Yeah.
Again.
Style.
Yep. All right. Slide him left for Casey, right for Knappich, and it looks like Casey Cole does get the victory.
See Reese is rabid.
Yeah, let's get a quick explanation here, because there was a lot of chaos on both sides of it, Reese.
Yeah, so in that battle, it was explained in the drivers' meeting that we want to make sure that the lead driver make sure they leave the pocket open and they leave the space open for the chase driver. When you're reviewing that, you can see that the lead driver is coming in. He starts going to the inside and doesn't leave that pocket open for the chase driver. So you can see here,
pinches him out
through the back. Yeah, you can see. So it kind of pinches him off, and kind of, we feel like it kind of put the chase driver in that position. So we're going to get through the embankment here. You can see he starts coming in. There is a decel that's outside of the decel part more than we requested, and because he got let in and pinched off the chase driver, we feel that Casey Cole is the one that gets the win on that.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go.
A little erratic to boot.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for the insights. So again, Casey Cole even going off course, but it was kind of action, reaction was the case there. And Brian Hopp, well done. So Hopp Lamazian does fix the car with seconds left to go. Shout out to the MA Motorsport team. Looks like we are good and rock solid. So Brian Hollywood Hopp will lead, but keep in mind, on the first battle with Cameron out front, he did have the entirety of his run, but Hopp, and it looks like, hit a coin.
I thought he nibbled on one. Yeah.
So again, we saw Brian Hopp in that chase position going into the wall, so he is at a major deficit here.
Hit the cone. So just to refresh there, the lead driver has about 2 seconds to leave the line. He can't jump it before the lights are extinguished, and if he hits a cone, that's a restart. You get 3, that's an incomplete. So 1 strike for the Hopp.
We have 1 strike for Hopp. Cameron, the young man, big advantage here. Whoever advances on does go against Casey Cole, who we just saw. After this battle, we'll officially be through half of our GT Radio Top 32. Let's get a clean start and see if Hopp can fight back after a big deficit of hitting the wall. Swings across the nose of the BMW. Brian Hopp and his 240SX S13. Cameron Sorensen, looks like he was fighting the car a little bit. You saw, again, a little understeer as well. Not where you want to be, Cam. Cam is flirting with disaster. I mean, still making mistakes. These are definitely going to be penalized, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to offset an incomplete by Brian Hopp.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
Brian had he completed like 5% of his chase run, so.
Yeah, but I mean, it was out of the gate.
Yeah.
Out of the gate, just hit that wall. So Cameron's still flirting with disaster
right
in that chase position.
Like, don't do it. Pump the brakes, little guy. But all right, you can see Cameron getting a little ahead of the pocket here as Hopp looking really good out front and almost goes 1-2 off. Not quite 2, so I think he's still good, Jared, as we look into the transition through the power alley. Hopp doing all he can. Not so much grasping at straws, but just doing the best job in that lead position as Cameron showing a little of his own temperament, but also he got a little excited, I feel. So let's see what happens here. I think
all right, sliding left for Cameron Sorensen, right for Brian Hopp Lamazian. Unfortunately, Brian Hopp knocked out, but Cameron Sorensen flying the Sorensen racing flag. Congratulations to the young man. He advances on, will go against Casey Cole in the top 16. The Optimum batteries keeping him charged and on him off. All right. We are hearing that, unfortunately, Jason Webb, who Lorette spoke with earlier, 2nd place in Atlanta, he has called a competition timeout. So unfortunately, Webb called the comp timeout. He was supposed to go against Alan Boss. So we're moving on to Cotty Dempster against Colette Davis. So you can see halfway through the 16, Talaska, Lawns, Copham, Jimenez, Johnson, Bystrack, Sorensen, and Cole. They are moving on to the 16. There's Colette Davis and Cotty Dempster.
I mean, at face value, the cars seem pretty even matched horsepower-wise. 2 completely different chassis. I mean, one's practically a factory race car, so let's see what goes down.
Yeah, here we go. So Cotty Dempster coming out. Look, I mean, gotta love the vet. And then again, this Fitment Industries BMW, you know Colette could definitely wheel as Dempster comes through that first outside zone. Big angle from Dempster. Colette taking a straight line approach. We need to get that thing a little more sideways and get that proximity. Now brings it in that last outside zones. Look at Dempster flying through the course. Comes up a little bit short there. Doesn't go all the way out there. It's going to hurt him, but Colette looked like she was fighting the car a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like either down on power or just gripped up here. But let's just talk about the angle that Dempster is throwing down with this Corvette. I was just completely enamored by how much angle and momentum he was carrying to the course here. Ran up until about the end, but like you said, Colette just kind of, there's not much smoke coming out of the back. I don't know if they lost a charge pipe or what's going on. So,
oh wow.
It's like Cotty's actually going to take a competition timeout. But if you take another look here through that power alley, despite Howdy taking a 5. I think this car, maybe that's why it got short, because maybe he threw a belt here. Very common in the supercharged LSs. As you can kind of see it shut down there prematurely.
Yeah, no, that's great insight there. We'll find, but Dempster is calling a competition timeout. So Lorette Nickel, sorry, Colette Davis, down there on the line. Again, she really needs to, and there is the top 16 drivers. So it's Alaska, Lawns, Coppa, Jimenez, Johnson versus Bystrack, Sorensen versus Cole. Don't go anywhere. We'll find out who advances on when we return here at a beautiful track here in Connecticut. We'll see ya real soon.
Adam LZ here to tell you that Motorsports has taken me just about everywhere. And no matter the scenario, Link ECU is the answer. The flexibility Link gives me for drifting, the precision I need on track, the durability to handle off the track, and the reliability you want in a daily driver. Even when pushing an entire motorsport to a bigger level, Link ECU has been with me every step of the way.
BC Forged Wheels, custom built per order, offering extensive design, finish, and machining options. Strength, style, and precision come standard. Track proven, street ready. BC Forged, proud sponsor of Formula Drift 2026.
Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts has help. Need some advice? We got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
With the Canon ImageProGraph Pro 1100 professional photo printer, my images come alive in print. What I see through my lens is what you see on the wall. Vivid, detailed, and accurate.
Joining us here in Stafford Springs. Now, Jason Webb, while we were in break, had a competition timeout. He had to diagnose backwards because he was having electrical issues. What they found out was that the battery just died completely. So he did pull away. There was about 20 seconds left in that 5-minute competition timeout. But potentially, he might not have power steering. So, Jared, let's keep an eye on what Jason Webb can do on track.
Oh man, well, again, he had a lot of energy at the top of the show. Yeah, it's like, if I'm going to wreck the car, I'm going to wreck it. But
wreckers or checkers. I feel like right-hand drivers in this course have a bit of advantage for that bank.
You said it was sketchy.
I know. Can you imagine just being closer? But I feel like at a perspective, I'm like, all right,
yeah,
I can really tell directly. But
yeah. All right, so Levi Waite, like I said, him and his team got in a terrible accident in their motor coach driving out here. Thinking about him and his team, but yeah, glad he's okay. Or, you know, he's on the mend, having surgery. But again, thinking about Levi Waite and his team. But he's going against Tyler Mayer. And Tyler, we know, is definitely a fierce driver. Did really well in practice yesterday watching him. So let's see Mayer initiate S13. Levi Waite, he's back there quite a bit in that Drift Doctor BMW. Mayer, no problem for him. All the clean air. See this placement here coming off the bank. That was a little smooch. That will not hurt him much. Into that outside zone, and inside clip on the transition. Levi shouldn't have to wait to see the results here, and brings it across. Nice job by Tyler Mayer.
Yeah, I don't know if he's if Wade is got a power deficient there against Mayer, because that thing was cooking on the bank, and he kind of he didn't try to pull any sneaky tricks there. I mean, he's at the same angle. He's at a little bit of a lower line there, but Mayer is just cruising through there, coming off the bank. Like I said, he's a little too deep in that first inner clip, and Waite staying in his lane, but he's, you know, a few car lengths back is not going to get it done here, as I'm expecting Mayer to return the favor and put it on the door of Waite as they switch roles here. But we'll take another look as they pull back up the line from our eye in the sky as we take a look at the back of Waite as he's just bathing in that GT radial smoke and trying to do everything he can with elegance anyway to catch up to that rocket ship of Tyler Mayer's S chassis as he pulls a little angle out of the car before the finish. That's about as close as he ever got to him, so we'll see what Waite can do up front. So if you're Waite's spot or Tyler Mayer's spotter, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking that obviously, you know, dial it back a little bit. Yeah. You know, like you said, just maybe down to horsepower. So don't go full dash Matt Sopa. So and it looks like he was listening, but you don't want to give him too much room because you never know. It might have been kind of pedaling back. And Mayer, the placement of the vehicle right now, not ideal because look, now he jumps up and he forces a mistake on his own side. So I mean, Tyler was doing the right things, but now, oh man, that could have been absolutely catastrophic for Tyler Mayer. The outcome here. Okay. All right.
I mean,
that got a little weird.
Up for it.
That got a little weird. That got weird. It was like, okay, dial back. Oh, I'm coming in. Like, came in like a wrecking ball, dude.
Yeah, he definitely dropped a tire there on his own volition, like you said. But Waite,
he's down there.
He's been kind of, I guess, lacking the angle here in a lot of his runs I've seen. I don't know if it's just down power or style. He just doesn't have that capability in the car to throw it at such angle with all the momentum like a lot of these guys do. But you can see Mayer finally makes his strike on that door as he's matching the angle, battering the angle sometimes, giving him a little boop on the door as they cross the finish line here. You can see his temperament here. He just struck a little too soon, came right out of the pocket, but he does get it back in there. So tip of the hat to Mr. Mayer there as Waite kind of a lazier transition in that last. He almost transitioned into the zone, or while he was in the zone. You can see a little contact there, a little rubber on that skull of Mr. Waite's BMW there. So I feel
a little hard to follow Waite as well. Just where he was initiating low, he's up there, he's down there. So
absolutely.
Again, Tyler, he gets the victory, but I got to tell you, barely in my eyes. Like,
wow.
My personal opinion is you don't want to award a lackluster run, you know, so one more time. I don't think that means a one more time, so I like that we have a victory there, but I'll tell you, Tyler definitely needs to tighten it up.
Yeah,
look at Wally. Wally's got a sweet antenna right there. Wally looks like an antenna. Is he watching World Cup from the car? And that's just
is he
that's a
Starlink on that?
Yeah, Starlink, yeah.
No, it's a really cool technology. Michael was indulging on the actual, like how they're built and stuff. It's super cool stuff.
All right, Alan Boss, Jason Webb. Alan Boss got the killer bird on the side of the vehicle, the flamingo with the knife ready to strike. Here we go, Jason Webb and Alan Boss. Jason Webb, nonstop tuning. Ford Mustang, drop top, especially on a beautiful day like this. Alan Boss sticking it to the door. Now coming through into that first inside clip. Good transition for both of them. Now coming across that power out, you can see on that inside clip. Oh, Alan Boss goes on the inside and then shoots in the inside. So he is all over the track, but Jason Webb kept it consistent through. So could definitely tighten it up, but Alan Boss got a little aggressive out in, kind of used all of it towards the latter portion.
Yeah, we'll talk about that inner clip 2 transition from Webb there. Kind of looked funny, but we'll get a little better view here. But great job, a little wavering in the front. Boss doing a decent job of keeping up with him on the bank. I didn't expect him to run away with it, but look at Webb there. Very far off of that first inner clip as he brings it through here. He wasn't quite at full angle, but he was kind of like offset. I think that's what threw Boss off, but Boss definitely didn't have the car in the correct place in the first place, you know, during that transition. So it really was on his own fault for kind of dropping a tire or two off there. As you can see him trying to make up the ground here, trying to do one of those Jerry Johnson transitions and then back and just over-rotating the car, almost stalling it. The car does stay in drift, in my opinion. I think in most people's opinion, to be honest, but it was just very sacrificial to his line. And the boss will now get the privilege of having the clean air up front and the convertible Mustang of Mr. Webb.
Mr. Webb. All right, Boss and Webb. Webb Boss. All right. Here goes Alan Boss initiating. Jason Webb back there quite a bit. We talked about the steering, and he is back there quite a bit as Boss just pulling away in that E-Works. Oh, and look at that. Jason Webb almost does very similar to what Alan Boss did now. Coming across the inside clip, last outside zones, and you could see Alan Boss a lot more precise there. A lot more precise for Alan out front.
I don't feel like Webb he's definitely late to the party here compared to the Boss's chase in that bank. Look at the real estate between them here in comparison. I don't need much of it. We'll get a side-by-side later, but you can see the difference there. As Webb almost did the same thing, like you said, Jared, as Boss, but didn't quite drop a tire, in my opinion, and did a great job mimicking that transition as Boss just about runs away with it. Webb pulling an angle out of the car to kind of gain that real estate back up, but just couldn't quite punch it back before the finish line. As we take a look at their FRE pouches replay, the angle out of that Boss car, and it was almost like we were watching the same run from previous as Webb almost does the same exact thing coming off of that line and just couldn't quite shake that mistake off. He's just losing a lot of angle, trying to punch it back into the Boss's door, and just couldn't quite seal the deal.
Let's see who the judges think. Like I said, this does feel like very comparable to that of Mayer earlier. Like if whoever advances on here definitely needs to get their car right, get their mind right, and tighten it up. But we are hearing that Cody Dempster is out.
Yeah, he lost his supercharger belt and couldn't quite make his 5. So
exactly as you
unfortunate.
Yeah, exactly as you said there. All right, so Jason Webb gets the win. Jason Webb gets the win. Alan Boss just a little loose on the track. So as Colette Davis has a bye run, so Colette will be pulling up the line because Dempster is out. So let's throw it down to Lorette Nickel as we see Colette complete her bye run.
Well, of course, we are talking to the young gun right here, Cam. And Cam, I wanted to get your thoughts on how quickly you feel like you're adjusting to this Connecticut track.
This track is really nice. In my opinion, it's the new Irwindale. I like this layout. It's really fun. Nice transitions. This car, we have it dialed for this track right now. Really fun. And yeah.
Loving it.
Yeah.
So happy. Amazing. And I love seeing the confidence coming up for Cam Sorensen as well. We'll see you in top 16, Cam. Thanks.
All right, so Colette Davis there on the start line. Layout list in the Fitment Industries. Black Rifle Coffee Company. Go ahead and send it away. There we go.
It's always awkward. When you're pointing, they just don't take off right away.
All right. Colette Davis gets the win. She advances on. She will be going against Jason Webb in the 16. Congrats, Colette Davis. A bit of a gift there as Dempster is, as you said, his supercharger belt, blower belt, blew off. That's not where you want it.
Yeah.
All right. We are more than halfway through, obviously, our 32, and this is how it is getting forged. As you can see, 5 more battles in our GT Radial Top 32 to create the top 16 here in Connecticut. So, like I said, what a track it is here in Stafford, Connecticut. Okay, pulling up.
Adam Heichman and none other than Human Rahimi.
Human Rahimi.
Turbo LS 370Z. We have LS-powered Mustang out front.
Human Rahimi, Adam Heichman, Wall Hugs vehicle. Let's see what we can do. We got another blazing burnout off the line. But Heichman in that Mustang sticks it right to the wall. Human Rahimi You can see just how aggressive, and again, just talk about leveling up over the years. Houman Rahimi, look at that, good timing, looking very smooth. Houman Rahimi sometimes looks chaotic and sometimes looks dialed in now. Look at that. Yeah, look at that transition though. That was really good. And oh, looked like Houman might have tapped the wall there.
Houman or the wall hugger?
Yeah, I mean, living up to the name, wall hugs.
You know, as radical as that transition from in the chase position, Rahimi was, I think he was off a couple tires ago.
Yeah.
But we'll check that out in our racer replay as we look over the two drivers here. Houman looking a little smooth. Could have used a little more proximity, but you know, kept his composure here in the transition here. I feel like in this portion here, a lot of guys get in front of that pocket, then they wait to strike. Houman did a really good job there, but almost dropped. I like to see Wally on that one because it was like one tire, two tire, three tire, but not all at the same time.
Yeah.
But that was a really bold move from Rahimi. As right into it, thank you, sir. As we see that Rahimi is going to be in the white car behind there. You see this transition that we just saw in real time. So there's one tire there.
Yeah, it's like the front went back on while the back two.
Right.
Yeah, so
and like one tagged in. And
yeah,
I'm out, you're in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, let's let the judges decide that. But it was a good run by both parties. I like what I saw from Heischman out front. He's looking not too aggressive, really composed. And Rahimi, like you said, he can be, if he just dials it back a couple percent, he could really shine us on here.
GuessTheSplit.com website. Houman's created, so be sure to check it out. And Heischman chasing him down in that Mustang. A little more cost too. Houman Rahimi is just blazing out the gates. Just like a feverish Nissan 370Z. Look at just, but I mean, unfazed is Heischman. You can just see how close, good proximity, good control in the chase. Houman Rahimi, chaotic, just kicking off a gang of smoke off the back. And Rahimi brings it across, goes all the way out to the line. Am I right?
Feel that?
Dude.
Did you feel that?
Houman is not Houman.
What? You could just feel
he is a
I was like
beast.
in 4D up here. I could feel the rev limiters just bouncing in our chairs here. As look at the job here by both drivers. You gotta hats off to him. Rahimi doing a great job keeping it there. Heischman getting a little more proximity than Houman had on his chase run. But I like the transitions from Heischman. They weren't aggressive as Houman's, but they were placed correctly there. And he stays in the pocket and he stays with it the entire time. As Houman does a great job of finishing out the run there, staying in his lane in that lead position and checking all the boxes, doing what he needed to do. It's going to be that one mistake Rahimi had there where we're taking in tires in and out. That's going to be the crux of his situation, I feel.
All right. Popping off the wall of units off the top. And Heischman and Rahimi slide him left for Heischman, right for Rahimi. And Adam Heischman gets the victory. Congratulations.
Good stuff there by both parties, but one little mistake. That's all it took.
All right, so as we are now officially 3/4 of the way here at Battle at the Springs. Round 2 of the Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship. So some great battles going down. Don't go anywhere. Come back to Stafford Speedway in beautiful Connecticut. Woo!
Vibe and live loud. This is what we are.
The best machines have a heart. And it's your responsibility to protect what drives you forward. Because when the heart performs, everything performs. No limits, no compromises, pure performance. Ineos.
And here we are taking a look at top 32 breakdown, and we are down to these final 4 battles. We can see that bottom right-hand corner, but again, every name in red is advancing on. So most recently, Heischman will go against Tyler Mayer. Both those guys really need to tighten it up. Webb as well. Colette Davis got a bit of a gift with Dempster going out. That left side was definitely a powerful side. Speaking of powerful, multiple PROSPEC champion driver, Dimitri Brutsky, team never settle. I'll tell you what, the young Brutsky, that's the one you need to keep an eye on, man. He's making a lot of noise at gambler events and drift events, and so it's, you know, and Dimitri's got his whole family setting the thing up. There's
always here,
yeah, the kids are doing it. The wife's out there. They're like a whole drift family. It's really awesome.
Yeah, that's going to be like Ruger here. He's no pushover.
Oh,
so
Carson,
be a good one.
When Carson's on, this is going to be one heck of a battle. If both of them are on, like we know they can, this is going to be a good battle. But I say that in Carson, failure to launch, but now drops into formation here up on the bank. Quite a bit of distance back there in the Garagistic BMW. Team never settle, living up to it. Keep on keeping on. Carson Ruger, again, part of that Garagistic team. And spotting for Rome Charpentier, RCP. And Carson flicks back. It's lost in the smoke. Over-rotates, wrong side of the course. That'll be a major, major deficit for Ruger.
The curse is real, Jared. Oh, it's a bummer for Ruger because I feel like he had more in him, but he just kind of almost got outpaced there on the run-up here as Brutsky is no stranger to the walls here as he tucks back into the inner clip. Great placement there, gets it right over the red stripe, or the white stripe, excuse me, as a Ruger really taking a truncated course here as he tries to keep up with that former PROSPEC champion as he just over-rotates the car, and that's going to be not only basically a non-drifting situation, but he also dropped tires, almost an opposite drift, so that's going to be a huge deficit with Ruger going into the lead position here, so he's going to have to force a mistake on that, our former champion of PROSPEC, Mr. Dimitri Brutsky, who hasn't quite pulled up yet to the line. There he goes. Okay, so while we delete the rear bumper of Ruger's under his own volition there, we get the second half of this battle, ripping that Band-Aid off.
What up, Handsome Rob in the building? Let's see what we got here for Ruger now out front. Brutsky gonna track him down. Ruger really needs to step up. He had, again, a major mistake in that last outside zone. And oh, wow, lost a wing. Okay, lost a quarter glass, or plexiglass at least. All right, initiating. There goes Carson Ruger with a little bit of flair there. And Dimitri Brutsky, he's tracking him down. And now ripping past that inside clip and through that power alley. Carson a lot more concise here. Now out front, but Brutsky living up to the motto, never settle. Pressure, and cooking across the finish line. Yeah. So, unfortunately for Carson, that was a good lead run, but Brutsky never gave him an inch. So, well done there.
Never gave him an inch, he never settles.
Nope.
Yeah, taking a look at our race to replay, I think Ruger did a good job here, trying to be as aggressive as he could be. I like the launch into the bank here as Brutsky did a great job of reeling it back in here. Ruger needed to be a little deeper here as our former PROSPEC champion does just that as he keeps up with that Garagistic E92 as Ruger pilots through the power alley and gets into that last zone. You can just see just trying to get as deep as he can, and Brutsky's just sticking it right to his door there, almost trades rubber to the paint as they unwind to the finish line. So, like I said, without asking the judges or even Wally, I feel like Ruger had an incompleteness chase. Yeah. So it's hard to overcome that.
Yeah, game respect game there. A little handshake there from Brudski. Carson, he's always got a good attitude, but I'm sure he's just like, man, he knew he had a tough battle. Dmitry Brudski gets the win. 3 more battles left. Down to you, Lorette Nickel, the human highlighter.
Human highlighter. That's absolutely true. Nick Jimenez right here, guys. He's been drifting Evergreen Speedway for his whole entire career. So coming in here to Connecticut, he's already comfortable on the bank. That must do so much for your confidence.
Oh yeah, coming into this, I was like fully confident that I would have like a pretty close setup for this type of track and everything, and just took it easy and kind of dialed the car in, and yeah, I'm just honestly having fun.
Yeah, adjusting quickly.
Yeah, very quickly.
Amazing. Well, Nick, we are going to see you in top 16. Thank you so much. Looking to do big things on the bank, guys.
Thank you so much. Lorette and Jimenez will be going against Aiden Copham. So we know what Aiden can do. And again, that car prepped by Forsberg Racing. We know they can definitely set up a competitive vehicle. So next battle, Christopher Leonard versus Josh Stewart.
All the America.
Yeah, Bald Eagle. We saw Bald Eagle this morning, or Will did. All right, Chris Leonard out front. Chris Leonard initiating there. Again, loves shaking that mullet around and shaking the back end of the Mustang. An All-American battle, the bow tie versus the oval. Oh, diving in on the inside. Unfortunately, Josh Stewart. Now look at Leonard. What's pink, purple, black, and American all over? Is this battle? And unfortunately, coming to a halt. I felt like this is a grudge match. This feels like a pub fight. Like, you know what I mean?
I think Josh is too nice to do that. I know he's in the Navy. He's a Commander Stewart.
Oh yeah, the commander. No, but even more so. Like, put some respect on it.
Yeah. So it was looking real nice and tidy. Josh could have used a little more proximity here, but Leonard doing a great job here massaging that car right into that inner clip, and Josh just overcooked it off the bank, dropping only a tire there in the True Serum view here, as Chris doesn't use all the angle there, but just Josh was trying to do all he could to close that gap and just over-rotated the car. I thought he was going to go straight into that wall. I was a little scared for him there as he forced incomplete on himself. So again, it's like same thing that happened to Ruger. He's going to have to really force a mistake in that lead position against Chris Leonard, giving chase here in that none other than the Chris Leonard Racing Mustang.
I know you're a pony boy, so
you know it.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Look at that. Look at the mean mug of Chris Leonard, dude. Again, shaking that red mullet out there.
He's got a native of this part, the New England area. So now he's out of Texas.
All right, Josh Stewart, let's just say the commander. Very nice guy. He's command some respect. He has that mistake, so he really needs to elevate here in more ways than one. So again, that Corvette, nice job, good placement, high on the bank. Chris Leonard, give himself enough room here just in case Stewart gets a little too loosey in that power alley, timing it properly. Now coming in, whoa, exploding. Just the outside zone indicator. Shooting right down the line goes Stewart and Leonard in tow. So again, I think that's gonna be enough for Leonard to get this victory.
I agree, Jared. There's nothing to be taken away here. Our commander, not chief, but Stewart is doing what he could with that Corvette. It is what it is. It's game of inches. It could have been a little more complete, but I'm sure. Oh, what am I trying to do here? It's just unfortunate. All right. I would like to see a clean battle because he's worthy of that. He's capable of it. But unfortunately, that's just the drifting gods just decided to take it away.
Yeah, Stewart just made that mistake, and unfortunately, and Leonard just did enough. It was pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, and I feel like Leonard almost went almost too aggressive there. I thought he was gonna. I was like, hold my breath there through the power alley, but he did a good job of showing his experience.
Yep. All right, so there they go, jumping out of the car. Stewart gonna shake his hand again, put some respect on it. Chris Leonard gets the victory and moves on. So Leonard will be going against Brudski in the top 16. Brudski currently sitting third after that third place podium in Atlanta.
Well, I gotta say, with only a couple battles here left in the 32, You thought 32 was stacked. Wait till we get to the 16 in a couple few hours, man. It's going to be...
Ooh, this should be a good one. Magmumi and Booth.
Oh, yeah.
Magmumi, again, talk about, between, I feel like RCP and Magmumi, those guys are always prepping vehicles for other people. They're busy. I mean, Magmumi's building motors, and he's just thrashing, doing hot pit, doing this, doing that. So definitely a busy guy, that 961 Motorsports. Magmumi pulling up to the line, and then Sean Booth. Just some really great driving yesterday. Had a bit of struggles there in Atlanta, but I think it really came together for him yesterday and gaining that confidence in that field suspension S chassis.
So yeah, what Max was doing there, we can't have too much of a staggered start here, but
right. Pull him up to the line a little bit more. Okay. And Magmumi living in the shadows. Sean Booth, you got to chase him down, but Magmumi, when he just hits the right buttons, it can absolutely go. So here goes Magmumi up on the bank. And you can see not all the way out there. That allows Sean to be pretty close in proximity. Really tight, nicely nuzzled in there. Put him in a headlock. And now, a little bump there. Sean getting very, look at that snap from Magmumi. The rate to angle is just so quick for Magmumi, and Sean really trying to just close the door, literally. Wow. And brings it across. Again, Justin Smash on the case, chasing down the BMW like Sean.
Speaking of rate angle, that'll be another metric that Michael will come up with.
Right.
But check it out with the bank here. Really good job here by both drivers here. Like you said, Magmumi could have been about a half a width deeper into that bank. As Booth shows his temperament, that change position, he times this out beautifully. Just absolutely diving in the pocket, making contact, but that's where it really got me going, where most drivers, when they make contact like there, they almost throw the rest of the runaway, but Booth recovered beautifully, staying in the pocket, staying consistent. Magmumi didn't even care that he got hit, but here, another look at that as he does a great job through the smoke transition, gives him the little tap there, almost tire to tire, recovers almost instantly. I really like that, and he just kept his transitions going. Either drivers didn't waver at all, still doing their jobs in the lead and the chase and rounding it out, unwinding it, and now let's reverse it, get that that field suspension, S chassis, the clean air, and Magmumi and that purebred BMW give chase.
Yeah, and that is rare nowadays, right? BMW motor and a BMW chassis.
Yeah, it's like all the garagistic cars will either be fully LS or the
TJ
Alphabet BMW motors. I'm not familiar. M50, whatever.
Alphabet, yeah. All right, here we go. Sean Booth out front, field suspension, working it out. You saw how aggressive he was in that chase position, and Magmumi needs to bring it, but look at Booth just ripping out of the gate, slingshotting into that first outside zone, coming down to the power alley. Good execution on that inside clip. Watch the transition. Well done, Sean Booth. A couple more, one more arc turn to get the victory here in my eyes. And Booth. This is what we anticipated.
Yes.
Again, on Outer Zone with Jacob, we were talking about Sean Booth, and this is really coming to fruition for him and elaborating on what he's capable of.
Yeah, Booth looking very comfortable out front as Magmumi, I think, was caught by surprise here, because I didn't think he was going to be that gapped as much as he thought. He does a good job of making. He's just a couple car lengths behind. So Magmumi's doing a great job showing his temperament there, but Booth just swinging that S chassis back and forth as he gets into that last outer zone, just absolutely bellowing smoke on the back of that car, and he's like got so much power, but he harnesses it very, very well.
Okay, so slide on the left for Magmumi, and of course right for Sean Booth. Sean Booth unanimously gets the decision. Unfortunately, Magmumi a little difficult in that chase position. One more battle left, and let's throw it down to the red.
Hi, Jared. Hello, everyone. Adam, well done. We're going to see him moving into the top 16 for his third time ever. Well done there. Such a diverse driver here, and you have been working so hard to be exactly that.
Yeah, so, I mean, I have Summit's Point by me where I can do 100-mile-an-hour entries. I got Shenandoah, which is a big bank, and Evergreen and Drums PA, which is a small bank. So I'm used to circle tracks. I'm used to road courses. I've been driving this thing since like 2018. Yeah, I'm very diverse, and I like all tracks.
I love that. And this bank has a bit of a story for you too. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so my Instagram handle is Wall Hugs. Back in 2018 with this car, I touched the wall and a buddy of mine came over and he's like, dude, you're hugging that wall. I flipped it into Wall Hugs, and then we do a lot, like the car's number is 988 for suicide prevention and the hotline for it. And yeah, it's just Wall Hugs. Hugs is more of like the suicide prevention stuff on the side of things. But yeah, you know, me and Walls, I love them. I got to go touch it. You can't have a name like Wall Hugs and not put some marks in the rear bumper.
Absolutely. So Adam looking to do big things, and don't go anywhere because we have still more to come. Couple more battles in top 32. Ladies and gentlemen, hang tight with us. We'll be right back.
Adam LZ here to tell you that Motorsports is taking me just about everywhere. And no matter the scenario, Link ECU is the answer. The flexibility Link gives me for drifting, the precision I need on track, the durability to handle off the track, and the reliability you want in a daily driver. Even when pushing an entire motorsport to a bigger level, Link ECU has been with me every step of the way.
The best machines have a heart, and it's your responsibility to protect what drives you forward. Because when the heart performs, everything performs. No limits, no compromises, pure performance. Ineos.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jackson Orr. I'm a class of 2023 UNOH graduate. I went through the High Performance Motorsports program at UNOH. That enabled me to be here with the pros. Now I'm the crew chief with Forsberg Racing and Chris Forsberg, traveling all across the world with him, prepping his demo cars, prepping his drift cars, making sure he's ready for the track. UNOH gave me the skill set to work in a fast-paced environment and understand what I'm looking at. If you want to learn more, go to unoh.edu and check it out.
University of Northwestern Ohio, Jackson. He's a driver, he's a crew chief, he does it all, that gentleman. Definitely a busy guy, so thank you to UNOH for their support. A couple students I got to work with over the years with Forsberg's team, so it's really cool. Another great school in the repertoire of giving the automotive education.
Yeah, love it.
All right, we started with 32, now we're down to 15 drivers. One more will join them. Who is Sean Booth going to go against? It is Mrs. Hard Candy, Shelly Hansen, or Brian Wills. Zero Chill Wills, the Nasty Habit S chassis, and the I Love Movies S chassis vehicle of Shelly Hansen. All right, you see the stats, you see the drivers, and now we're going to see who gets the victory. Shelly Hansen will lead as she throws it into that first outside zone. Great placement, ripping and gripping. Looks like Zero Chill Wills gets a little loose there. You can see him kind of wavering, overcooks it. Want to see the angle, definitely want to see that overhead. A cool, dynamic, almost video game view there, but we're going to see that truth serum. Did Shelly Hansen maybe throw him off, or was Wills just too aggressive? And here goes Hard Candy into that last outside zone, earning that nickname at E-Town a couple years aago. Rolled the thing, flipped it, went to the dirt. She came out smiling like her signature smile and curly hair, like we know her and love her.
So super cool. I love her attitude. It's
yeah,
just,
she's got a great attitude. Battling cancer multiple times.
And
so.
battling Brian Wills.
Battling Wills.
Look at the composure here from these two drivers here as Wills is trying to trying to time his attack, but Shelley just taking it. I don't say that was a bad line. I think Wills was just a little aggressive and didn't time his own decel in time to slow his car down. But we can take a look at Wally and see if that's it was an optimal line or not. But looking at the winding it out here was just kind of a run of the mill here. She's checking all the boxes, but
her smoke signal. You see the smoke signal slow down, but like you said, is that a decent area? It's going to be a natural transition if the car's going to slow down.
And like right when the zone ends is where you're going to expect the most decel, but where that smoke kind of extinguished, where you pointed out, wasn't exactly a heavy decel zone. If that makes any sense.
That wasn't a brake check.
Right.
Yeah.
Using the car's angle to slow it down. You know, lifted the throttle, and we saw the result of that. Whether it was Will's own volition or not, it's for the judges to determine here.
Well,
so.
I got to tell you, we are absolutely ripping through competition. We are an hour ahead of schedule. Normally scheduled for 2 hours in between. But,
Take a tour.
We're half battle away. I would say that right now. But all right, Brian Wills goes into that first outside zone. Look at Shelly Hansen. She is lurking in the shadows of smoke. And look at that. The nasty. So she timed that really well, and now jumps back. So she gets some room, lunges back to the side of Zero Chill Brian Wills, but Shelly Hansen comes on down the line, and well done by Shelly Hansen.
Yes.
So again, don't know how the judges perceived or kind of received that Will's going on the inside. Did Shelly do this or Brian do that? So,
but to your point, we'll check it out here. Let's break it down here because Will was really on the outside here versus Shelly's lead. But again, you could have flipped these drivers around, but Shelly did have an advantage with the proximity. But look how wide Will is here. Completely off the map of clip one there. Shelly doing an excellent job of adapting to that. This is so hard to do in the heat of the moment. It's just bananas how they can do that so quick and making it look good too. And she just gets real cozy there with Will's going there as they round it out through that last outer zone. So here we go. We're looking at Wally here again. This is Will's out front, and Shelly is giving that chase. And there it is. You can see the decel, the distance between them there on the right there. That's within 3 feet. And you can see they're about under that as Wills is at full angle there. The angles are just about matching. The speeds are almost identical as the cars are coming to a halt. You can see the decel kind of gaining there. But Wills is off the map here. And Shelly does a great job of still timing that transition just beautifully and tucking back into the pocket. Falls a little behind there, but then strikes back again, showing just her prowess as a driver and that machine just being able to just mash it and come back into the fight.
Her awareness was really good, like
absolutely,
you said, because she could have dove in on the inside and absolutely grenaded her run, but to have that awareness to keep it back in that pocket and just be ready to strike, and then she did. It was really good execution.
Yeah, it was such a good balance of tenacity and accuracy.
I think she's like, no, that was him. Sorry, that was Will's. But I think he's like, yeah, hey, good job. And he's got a great attitude. Every time I see him, he's definitely a joyful guy. There's Hansen and Wills.
Yes.
Well, high 10, so well done. Obviously,
it's like, I know I blew that out of the water.
The cars are loud, helmets are on.
Locked up and over-centered.
All right, Team Hansen, high fives. I think it's a total of 20 there. Got a high 10, a 5 plus another 5. Got high 20s going.
I lost count.
Yeah. All right, so we'll see. She's holding her hands up in victory, but we will see. Scores are in. So again, we will see. Is it Shelly Hansen? Is it Wills? Or are we going one more time? And we are going to slide them one more time. Brian Wills and one more time. Okay. So we are going at it again. Reese, going to you, bud. One more time. What's up?
Yeah, we just found too many inconsistencies in the lead and the chase. We just feel like they have a really good opportunity here to clean it up, especially going into that inner clip. There was a lot of decelling on both parties in areas that they shouldn't have had that really just destabilized the rest of the run. So we're going to have them go it again and see if we can have a clean one to end the top 13.
So, yeah, so you think, did you utilize the race data labs?
Yeah, we utilized
especially on Shelly's lead run. You thought it was that dramatic?
Yeah, we actually compared them, and they actually both slowed down a lot, almost 20 miles an hour where they weren't supposed to. Shelly actually came in. You can't see here because she's chasing here, but Shelly in the driver's meeting, we did say that we wanted them to keep momentum going through that inner clip. One of Shelly's issues was that she did slow down, but then started coming into the inside to try to get that inner clip when we said, hey, listen, if you messed it up, you might as well just keep on keeping the momentum and keep on going through. So that was just one of the errors, and there were some other things that we saw throughout the rest of the battle. So too close for me and Vernon. Brian had a decision, but ultimately we're going to see these guys go again.
All right, so tighten it up, be more fluid. There are decel areas, but all right, let's throw it down to Lorette and Nickel. Again, we will see the one more time battle between Wills and Hansen.
Excited to see that one more time battle. Casey Cole is moving to the top 16. And Casey, would it be fair to ask you if you think you have some things to clean up in the chase run for the top 16?
Yeah, I think I've got plenty of things to clean up in the chase. I felt like I didn't have a whole lot of choice but to be aggressive. I got one chase behind Adam in practice, and he put absolute bus length on me. And so we immediately put more grip in the car and knew that he was going to be quick. And so it was a little bit more of aggression over safety. You know, I thought it was a fun battle. You know, bummed to see him go out that way. I know that's a hard one to take like that, but no, we got some stuff to clean up for sure. So we're gonna look at some footage and try and do our best on the next one.
Yep, amazing. Looking at those data points to keep getting better. Casey, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jared.
Thank you so much, Lorette. And Casey's got a chill vibe over there. The seafoam blue, just the looks like he needs a boat.
He's got a whole different mindset this season. It's really cool to see.
It's refreshing. Very nice. All right, the battle at the spring. Speaking of refreshing, Connecticut. This looks great on Formula Drift, man. Thank you so much for joining us out here, either in the building or online. One more battle, top 32, when we return.
Adam LZ here to tell you that Motorsports is taking me just about everywhere. And no matter the scenario, Link ECU is the answer. The flexibility Link gives me for drifting, the precision I need on track, the durability to handle off the track, and the reliability you want in a daily driver. Even when pushing an entire motorsport to a bigger level, Link ECU has been with me every step of the way.
BC Forged Wheels, custom built per order, offering extensive design, finish, and machining options. Strength, style, and precision come standard. Track proven, street ready. BC Forged, proud sponsor of Formula Drift 2026.
Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts has help. Need some advice? We got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
With the Canon ImageProGraph Pro 1100 professional photo printer, my images come alive in print. What I see through my lens is what you see on the wall. Vivid, detailed, and accurate.
This has been fun. It's been fun.
It's been a good ride.
Yeah.
It's been a good ride, guys.
Yeah.
Makes me a little sad, but I think it's just the right time. So yeah, this is going to be my last full season in Formula Drift. It's a weird feeling. What I can be most proud of is just being a top driver throughout 20 years of competition in Formula Drift. You know, I've had my ups and downs with cars and teams and everything, and to kind of go out on my own terms, I think is a special thing as well. Been able to be one of the guys that has helped progress the sport into what it is today is, you know, I'll take that. That's pretty cool. You know, my wife and I just had our second son on October 31st, so he's a Halloween baby. His name's Sonny. And then we also have our first son, Roman, who's about 4 years old now. You know, I've been doing drifting for so long. I've been chasing it for 20 years. And I just feel like I've given everything that I can give the sport.
Come on, make some noise, Atlanta! This is Ryan Turk's Swan Song!
I guess that's driving me this year is just wanting to have a fun season. I feel like the pressure's not off my shoulders, but I feel like there's less of it knowing it's my last year. And I think trying to just look at the sport and enjoy it for what it is without having to feel so focused on all these minute things.
He's advancing on into the Great Eight. Turk there saying, hey, it's not goodbye, it's see you later, but not completing an entirety of Formula Drift after this 23rd season. You know, I was just thinking, you know, he's gunning for a championship, and just, you know, being from the New England area, you know, he's from New Hampshire, just from up in this region, and I would love to see him win a championship. And he moved really well. He got #1 qualifier held on to it for just a few moments. I mean, and then just everybody leveled up. He did qualify 4th, which with that position, he does have a bye run advancing him onto the 16. Okay. So that is kind of a bit of calming the nerves, just getting that fast path. 30 qualifying and 32 are one of the most this is me obviously observing over 23 years, but a testimony from a lot of drivers is qualifying at 32 is one of the most nerve-wracking positions to be in.
No, that's absolutely accurate. We always hear the drivers say that that's once they get past that threshold, we just drive the car, man.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Remember, join us at 3:30 tomorrow for our pro main event top 32. That's going to be a barn burner here. New track, no data, and Greg Bucell, my man Greg with 3 G's, more G's for more fun. That's going down for the grid walk. What time is that, Kev? When is that? 3 o'clock. So at 3 o'clock, we'll do a little grid track walk, some good times, some good fun with my man G-R-E-G-G, Greg Bucell. That's a lot of fun.
Cool. It looks like both drivers got those cars turned around. Fresh fuel, fresh tires.
Yeah, fuel and tires.
Back to grid.
Top it off. There's Shelly Hansen pulling up. And Zero Chill, Brian Wills. All right. Throw them in the bob, the burnout box.
I feel like both these drivers kind of got some new life here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but they both got to bring it. Yeah. The judges said, you know, you got to power through from that bank. There's going to be a natural decel, but 20 miles per hour. And that's, again, what a great utilization of leading into the telemetry of Race Data Labs in the Wally.
Not only like just how fast we can deduce that and, you know, move on.
Yep. Okay, so Shelly Hansen there. The I Love Boobies activation. That's a breast cancer awareness program. I don't know if you knew that.
Yes, I did.
Again, got the nickname Hard Candy. Gave that to her just after. She's sweet, but she's got a hard candy shell, so she can take a licking and keep on ticking, man. The Nasty Habit S chassis. He used to have a G37, right? And then he switched to S chassis a couple of years ago, right? I think so. I remember Atlanta. He was just on it, just absolutely huge. He had the huge wing. Remember that?
It was always an S chassis in the PROSPEC.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember.
Okay.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
All right. What'd you say?
Pepperidge Farms.
Oh my God. Serious? Apparently, you're the apparently kid, right? Apparently, here we go.
Actually.
And here it comes.
Actually, we're having a restart.
And we are having a restart. All right. Minimum, maximum. You're very welcome for the announcer's curse. I'm like, man, we are ripping through, and then threw it one more time. I was like, we got one battle. We were so early.
We got an hour here.
Yeah.
Let's stretch this one half of battle.
We literally have so much time. We are not back live here for another 3 hours from now. So we have one battle, obviously this one more time battle, but 8 p.m. local time is we are back here for our top 16. I'll tell you what, all the fans here in the building are gonna love it because again, open pits, you cruise through, go visit the PROSPEC. I feel like you could interview every driver for 5 minutes.
Yeah, we got an autograph signing.
Yeah, autograph signing, that's right.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, so that's awesome. Autograph signing going down, so plenty of things to see and do here in the building. And now we're going to see who comes out on top. Or are we going to go one more time again? We'll see. Shelly Hansen, aggressive initiation. There goes Wills in tow. Get good proximity, but definitely needs a mimic there. Okay, look at that. So no, we'll see how the smoke, the smoke trail. Yeah, the smoke trail was absolutely tuned up there from Shelly Hansen. She said, all right, no decel, say less. Hold my candy bowl. Hold my candy dish. Question. Don't know her favorite candy, though.
Maybe you should find that out. Maybe ask Lorette. You can relay that.
Yeah. Lorette, next time you interview Shelly, you need to ask her favorite candy.
Yeah, she kind of went the other way on the spectrum here as far as deselling off the bank here, but both good drivers here on the bank as Will's trying to massage himself back in that pocket a little closer, but took out. That's
not terrible.
It's not an incomplete, but it's definitely a deficit as that rubber mat that we actually mentioned in the drivers meeting. If your tire takes off our marker base, that's a big deduction, but not an incomplete.
Right.
So kind of polished it up a little bit too much. Got too much of the clear coat got taken away there as the other side of that cone got hit. As Will's doing a great job here. Could have been a little more aggressive here. I expected him to turn it up a notch in that chase position because Shelly did do a good job of leading him through the course here. And as they unwind from our FRE pouches replay, as we slow it down here, looks like one of our drivers are going to be taking a 5, and that will be no chills. Wills, as Shelly's actually hanging out on grid already, waiting for the second half of this battle.
Okay, checking and taking a look at the clip, just replacing that.
So
all right. Is Wills calling a comp timeout?
Yes, I wasn't sure if I made that clear, but yeah.
Okay.
Wills is on his way back.
So Wills on his way back. Also, spoiler alert, if you are watching the FIFA World Cup and you don't know the results of the America USA versus Australia, close your ears. Again, World Cup updates. If you recorded the game and don't want to know the results, close your ears. Final score, USA 2, Australia 0. Go USA, baby! Congratulations to USA.
Sorry,
that's
Michael.
right. USA, 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 USA.
Michael's screaming over
Michael, our
there.
Australian director, he is crying all over his Race Data Labs keyboard right now. He cannot, he is drowning his sorrows with Rockstar energy drink.
Yes, he is. Yes, indeed. Looks like Lorette's by.
Oh yeah, over there with
Wills here. Maybe we.
Ryan Wills.
Okay.
Yeah, Lorette. What? I see you over there. Lorette, heads up. What's cooking?
Hey, Brian. I know you're on the phone right now. Obviously not in your pit. Can you tell us what's happening?
Lost power steering belt on the last turn. It's shredded. It's in pieces up there. Lost my steering a little bit. Hopefully we can fix it in 5 minutes, but I don't think so. We will try.
Okay, well, Kevin Wells is over here with the clock. He's confirming with the team. I will let you know if we have a golf cart and tow Brian Wills to his pit, and I will keep you guys updated.
All right, so there you can see again the crew there wearing helmets because if you're on a little scooter or anything around the pit, you got to wear a helmet. That's a requirement of the track. So
yeah, I thought he was going to fix the car right then and there, but it looks like he's going to get a little tug from T-trailer there.
Yeah, T-train.
T-train.
All right, so again, just another lull, but this could be a little gift to Shelly Hansen. You know, Will's not the most optimistic in that scenario right there, was he? Like, I don't know if we can get it done. We'll try, but probably not.
I think so.
Yeah, we'll see.
Come on.
What I do know is USA won the World Cup. Or I'm just not the World Cup. They won their match. So congratulations. Absolutely awesome. And Japan, Japan's playing later? Japan versus Netherlands? Is that what it is? Oh, it was last week.
Oh.
Who won? tied. Isn't that the weirdest thing? Oh, they tied. 2-2.
Deuces.
Deuces. All right. Well, again, congratulations, USA. Hey, out there, Connecticut, thanks for joining us out here. Can you guys stomp your feet for me real quick? Stafford, can you stomp your feet? I want to see if it gets loud here.
I feel the vibrations.
Feel it, feel it, feel the vibrations. All right, so we'll get it going here. Again, just a nice chill Friday here for PROSPEC as Will's getting a toe back. Seeing all the fans, be sure to buy your Formula Drift gear. Pick up some new gear. A lot of fans out there seeing some Adam LZ shirts, Colette, seeing the Boss shirts, seeing Chelsea Denofa. I know he's here in the building. Again, we have a dedicated autograph session. My man with the green Boston hat. That's right, homeboy. Yeah, look at this guy, the lifeguard here.
Well, there's always one of these guys.
The lifeguard dialed in right now. He's guarding you with your life. All right, well, let's take a look back as Adam LZ, speaking of Adam, he won in Orlando last year, so let's take a look back. Mr. LZ. Well, the buildup has led to this, Old Bridge Township Raceway Park. We simply call it E-Town. Deemed the Gauntlet, it is a medieval weapon of mass destruction.
My biggest takeaway is that there's such a fine margin between being absolutely perfect here and your car leaving the track on the back of a tow truck.
Up next, arguably one of the most popular drivers in the Formula Drift field, Pilot Drift HQ, BMW. Make some noise for Adam LZ.
E-Town is probably the track I have the most laps on. I've been fortunate enough to drive that track outside of Formula Drift for other events, and whenever we go there, I'm fired up. I can just focus on driving hard, and I think my results show for that.
All right, Christopher Forsberg, Adam LZ. Forsberg sets it, forgets it, then NOS energy drink. Popping cans in that last outside zone, bringing it on home. Adam LZ in that BMW, very comfortable. You got to think he knows what to do here. He got third place last year. He loves this track. The track loves him. LZ advances on into the Great 8. There it is. Hero, Dean, Field, Osbo, Stuckey, LZ, Bocci, Sullivan, all going down here at the Gauntlet.
But when I started competing in Formula Drift, it was more so for myself to push myself as a driver and also to have a collective goal for our team. Rather than just building cars and drifting aimlessly, I like to have a purpose, something to work towards, and that's kind of what got me in the Formula Drift organization.
Great dynamic initiation from Adam previously, and he does it once again.
I'm super grateful to be in the position that I'm in. I mean, even from day one, when I absolutely knew nothing about Formula Drift, I've always had an overwhelming amount of support. It definitely amps me up and it gives me energy.
This is phenomenal to see an Adam he crushes at this track.
Adam LZ gets the victory. I got to say, Adam just a little more dominant, and I agree with that call. Adam LZ will lead Osoli giving chase. Use all the course. Almost taps that E36 back bumper and wing on the wall. Brings in the second outside zone. He knows his track.
A lot of the reason why I'm pushing so hard is I know that these fans and these people, a lot of them I even consider friends, they've been with me since I couldn't do a donut in a parking lot to now. So as much as the journey of success for me feels good, I know it feels really good for a lot of them watching too, because they're really just as much a part of it as we are.
We are getting treated to some incredible driving here tonight.
Adam LZ gets the win and advances to the finals. He is bettering his third place finish last year. Can he get the win? Current standings. Frederick Osbo, he gets a jump over James Dean, but Adam LZ could get some bump up too and tie Hiro Manoa and Odi Bakshis with 10 points if he gets the victory. The Type S Finals. They are here. Frederick Osbo, our current points leader, is going against arguably one of the most popular drivers in the field, Adam LZ.
Whether you're an active drifter or you are an aspiring drifter, these are the sort of runs and the type of driving that we all want to do. You're leaving it all on the table and you're risking a little bit and you're fighting your whatever you've been struggling with, and you're able to get that part a little bit better. It's the best feeling in the world. So now it's about calm it down and just freaking driving.
Who's going to get the win? Light up the night. New Jersey, E-Town. Let's send it! Frederick Osmo initiates in that first outside zone. He places it nice and proper. Adam LZ goes off course. He explodes. And look at that. There goes Frederick Osmo. Adam LZ. He now is applying the pressure. Is it too much? No, it's not. Going to the last outside zone. Freddie. Stand and deliver right there. Adam LZ overcooked it just a little bit on initiation. Are you ready to send it for the final time, E-Town? The gauntlet is on and cracking. Adam LZ needs to throw down a heater, maybe force an error for Frederick Osmo. Let's send it. Adam LZ initiates in the outside zone. He tracks bumper, sparks go flying. Freddie makes a mistake. He goes into the inside. Could Adam LZ get the victory? A massive mistake by Frederick Osmo. Adam LZ, great recovery on that first run, and now a dynamic lead run.
Adam LZ does something no one else has done this entire weekend or possibly ever.
Sure.
Holy cow. Man, what a run from both of these drivers.
And now your winner, back on the box once again, unanimously is Adam LZ gets the win.
When I'm driving with someone like Osmo, I just push as hard as I can, and when you start going faster, you got to scrub the speed. So you throw it backwards. It works. Sometimes it doesn't work, and it worked, and here we are.
Make some noise for the two-lettered last name, Mr. Adam LZ.
There's a lot of really good battles. I feel like I kind of got lucky on the first two. I didn't really have to drive that hard in order to get the win. But going against Osoli and Osmo, I pushed as hard as I possibly could, and I think it's probably some of my best driving I've done in Formula Drift. This feels like my home away from home. So to have my friends here, my sister, my nieces, my nephews, all you guys cheering, seeing the stands lit up, like I wanted to put on a show and drive as hard as I could, and that's what I did.
Congratulations to all our winners, because everybody won here at Formula Drift. We'll see you online, or we'll see you another time. Well, looks like it is buttoned up. So nice. Again, yeah, well done there by the Nasty Habit Motorsports team. Power steering belt thrown back on. Wow,
that's quite a feat.
That's
usually the supercharger belt is separate.
What was this?
He said he lost the belt.
They just took the supercharger belt off, so he's running NA. Oh. All right. Okay.
Bold move.
Well, yeah, bold move, Con.
You got nitrous on that thing?
Yeah,
we'll find out.
Yeah, we're gonna crank this. Need nitrous, 2 bottles, like ASAP. All right. So Wills is making his way back.
So he
to
will
the start line.
Because he chased first, correct?
Nope. So no. So he's gonna lead. So this gets a little precarious here. So again, the one more time battle.
So he did chase first. Now he's going to lead?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I'm just trying to think of like the power output.
Totally.
And
how is Shelly going to handle that?
Right.
Yeah, that gets interesting too. So
despite it, the bank isn't as severe as like Seattle or let's say Irwindale was,
when
but
you
it's
come
still
off power.
Yeah. Because that's
when you come off power, you kind of like on a bank, you'll actually slide up, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You got to stay in the bank if you're the best advice I give you guys.
And we saw that with Cole Richards, yesterday, go and hit the wall and kind of take himself out. Just it goes just up. So, all right. Well, the drivers are making their way. Obviously, Shelly Hansen is waiting for Wills, and crawling his way over there. Took the supercharger belt off. So they'll warm up their tires and get back at it for the second half of this battle. So Wills will lead, Shelly Hansen will chase. Again, this is a one more time battle, and we have already seen Shelly lead. So come on up there, make sure he is good, and scrub those GT Radial tires, the official tire of the Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship.
There's Shelly's husband, Rudy.
Yep.
Doing a little safety check as Brian Wills gets suited and booted.
Yep. All right. All right, Wills throwing his armor straights on, gloves.
Already got the Wallies on there.
Yep.
Set it.
Again, final battle of the GT Radial Top 32, local time, 5:18 p.m. We're back here for Top 16 driver introductions at 8 p.m. local time. So just under 3 hours.
We're taking a little tour.
Yeah. Flying on around, Smash. All right. Justin Smash with the FPV POV drones. And just a lull falling over the crowd here. Just one half of the battle. Let's get it going.
Let's scrub them in.
Yeah, let's scrub these tires. Let's get it going. So appreciate your patience. Obviously, things happen and less than ideal for Wills. Like you said, pull the supercharger belt off. How much power? How much nitrous? How's it going to be? He's going to be leading up front. Shelly chasing him down. What kind of initiation are we going to see? So I think all of this is great communication and great insight.
Yeah,
for Shelly Hansen.
He sure is burning it down in the box, but that's not going to be. We'll see if that'll translate into the bank here or the whole course. And as we are about to set him off here, and potentially the last battle of our 32.
Yeah, potentially. Yep. Crazier things have happened. So here we go, pulling up to the line. Wills will lead for the second. Or the first one more time, the second battle between these two, and this is the second half of the one more time. So this will either decide who's moving on, and Shelly taking a very tempered approach, maybe giving herself too much room as Wills initiates, and you can see that down on power. So you can see he tries to initiate, works his way up, and then comes back on down. So I think that's the right approach, but we need to see Shelly a little bit closer. I don't think this is an inactive chase, as we've called it over the years, but you can see him really fighting that wheel and just pushing it to the limit all the way across the finish line is Brian Wills. Shelly Hansen tracking him down.
I think that was formidable, you know, for being down to potentially a couple hundred horse. And, you know, the tire pressures probably weren't touched, so, you know, you got to drive it as hard as you can. But
to reinitiate almost too.
Yeah, I mean, proof is in the pudding as Wills brings it out. And, you know, obviously the speeds are a little slower here, so he does a good job of keeping it in drift in the infield here, the power alley, or in his case, the not so power alley. As Shelly keeps it nice and tight towards the end, and that'll seal off the second half of this battle.
All right.
But you can see here, almost opposite drift. Gets it going. Yeah, it's. I feel like that's incomplete, in my opinion.
Yeah, you got to think if she was closer, how do you follow that?
Yeah, but
and then given the knowledge, she knows that. You know, full disclosure, and I assume and I hope they disclose like, hey, we're down on power. That's the gentlemanly or the you know, gracious thing to do.
Rudy was right there with him.
Yeah,
so
Rudy was right there, so I'm sure, and I hope that he inquired. And
I bet it was no secret.
Yeah, especially having gone just, you know, the previous battle. So let's make it official. Slide him left for hard candy. Shelly Hansen gets the victory. Unfortunately, Brian Wills knocked out as his belt deletes itself and checks on out, but the top 16 is set after a very thorough top 32. So thank you for the fans in the building or online for joining us. We'll be back here local time 8 p.m. for our driver introduction and top 16. We do have our dedicated autograph session beginning at 6:30. That's in just an hour. So again, thank you so much. The Link Engine Management top 16. This is how it shapes up. Talaska versus Lons, Copham versus Jimenez, Johnson versus Bystrack, Sorensen versus Cole, Webb versus Davis, Tyler Mayer versus Adam Heichman, Barutsky versus Leonard, and Sean Booth versus Shelly Hansen.
Stacked up. Rack 'em, stack 'em. Let's go.
Rack 'em, stack 'em. Let's track 'em. That's going down at 8 p.m. local time. Matt, thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Appreciate it. See you back here. Take a break.
Sure will.
Grab a drink, grab a good time. We'll be back here local time, 8 p.m. local time. Again, just to remind you, it's 5:22 Eastern Standard Time. So thank you so much. We'll see you in just a little bit here from a beautiful track at Stafford, Connecticut. Thank you so much. The battle at the Springs. What a backdrop it's been. A new track for a 23rd season of the Formula Drift Championship. It's been nothing but spectacular, and it is all thriller, no filler. From yesterday to tomorrow night, it continues here in the New England area, Stafford, Connecticut, playing host to round 2 of the Link Engine Management PROSPEC Championship. We'll be back here 8 p.m. local time to lick the stamp and send it. COD, cash on delivery. TGIFD, thank goodness it's Formula Drift.